Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's the moment that we all have been waiting for. The final of the Malaysian T20i Open Quadrangular Series. It has been an extravaganza of a week featuring four different teams from different regions. The host nation themselves, Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, Thailand, and Singapore, had a lot to battle to come to this final day and to earn the final spot. And as you all are aware, it is Malaysia taking on Saudi Arabia for the third different time. It's 1-all, a contest, a piece for each. It's the final battle, the final hurdle. Well, to talk us you all through, it will be Shahidur in the center on the update of the toss.
Welcome back, viewers. We're here live for the big match, the finals today. So I'm here for the toss, and alongside me will be the two captains, Wajiul Hassan from Saudi Arabia and Said Aziz from Malaysia, alongside our match referee, Mr. Edwin. So Saudi Arabia will flip the coin and Malaysia will call.
Tails.
Tails is the call. And it is tails. So Malaysia, you won the toss, and what's your decision?
We would like to bat first.
Any reasons for that?
Just normal, it's finals, so the scuba pressure will always be there in the second innings. So we want to use that to our advantage and put a decent score on board and try to defend that.
And any changes in your 11?
Yes, we have Rizwan coming back into the team and Ahmed Fai sitting out in this one.
Okay, so you'll be playing an extra bowler. Any reasons for that?
Definitely want to use the wicket, this for helping the fast bowlers. So we want to bring another fast bowler and have the team get to the total.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Good luck to you too.
Thank you.
So Wajiul Hassan, you are happy to bowl first?
Yeah, we are happy. Our plan is we're going to bowl first.
Okay, and any changes in your 11?
Yeah, Imtiaz is in and Usman Najib is out because of a little bit injured yesterday match.
So you have won the last game. Does it give you any advantage?
Yeah, our team balance is good and Alhamdulillah we prepared well last few years. Inshallah, hope for the best.
Okay, thank you. Good luck for the game.
Thank you so much.
So the news from out here, Malaysia won the toss and they will be batting first.
Well, looking as ever as handsome, Shahidur out the middle, and the update from him was Malaysia have won the toss and elected to bat. As the skipper earlier mentioned, well, you definitely have that pressure coming into a final batting second, so we would want to set a target and then restrict the opposition. Well, for Saudi, it hasn't been that sort of fuss that they wanted. They were happy in bowling first, batting first. They wouldn't care less. And yeah, it's been an interesting journey from these two. Both started with a win. Well, it was a thrilling contest the first time due to these two matches. 182 currently held as the highest score set by any team, Saudi Arabia, going against the host nation as well. Well, it was that enterprising knock from Virendip Singh, claiming a record-breaking man of the match award 18 different times. I make it 19 coming into this tournament against Thailand as well. So there's a lot of batting prowess, batting talent in the Malaysian lineup. So as the bowling to start off with Ishtiaq Ahmed from the Negara hand. Here we go. While a dot just trying to nudge it over. Well, it was going very smooth. A 5-match unbeaten streak then came to an end when these two previously met. It was a complete domination by a batting partnership and as well as a good bowling. Faisal Khan, impressive. So as a skipper as well, scoring 67. Well, they would want to hang in there with these two, Aslam Khan and Shade Aziz. A great partnership is needed. So as we here in the commentary box, my fellow partner, the ever handsome, stylish Shahidur. Welcome on board.
Well, thank you, Dinesh, for some wonderful words. And a very Good afternoon and welcome to all the viewers who have just joined us. Yes, this is the big match, the final match between two of the best sides in this contest. Oh, that's well bowled. It will be a good contest between bat and ball because we all know that Saudi Arabia has a very formidable bowling unit, whereas Malaysia they bat deep up until number 9, number 10. They have a lot of all rounders into their side, so it's evenly poised and balanced.
Yes, I would absolutely agree with you. And in the bowling as well, there's a couple of bowlers that Malaysian batters would want to watch out with the likes of Zain. Then we have Ishtaq Ahmed bowling. 3 dots on the trot. Impressive.
Beautifully bowled once again. Ishtaq Ahmed is bowling with a lot of pace and he has that accuracy. Likes to bowl around the 4th, 5th stump line. So it's not going to be easy to score runs against him. Whereas Syed Aziz has been in good form. He had a lot of starts in almost every game, but he has not been able to convert those 30s and 40s going into big scores. Yes, he has a half century under his name, and look at that, beautifully pulled away. That's probably one of his strengths. On the onside, they're running hard. And a couple of runs here for Malaysia and Syed Aziz. They get off the mark.
Yeah, definitely. As you mentioned, always been hasn't been easy scoring runs for him. And when you're having bowlers like Ishtiaq as well, getting 10 wickets and back-to-back three-firsts as well from him. And it's very rare to see a attacking batsman like Shade Aziz leaving the deliveries too much and too many dots as well. But that couple will help Malaysia get off the mark and for himself as well. And there's his partner on the other end. At the other end, it's Aslam Khan, who can give an early over burst as well. We've seen a couple of cameos earlier on, that early 40s or maybe 50, if he can deliver in the biggest of stage today.
Well, there's a change of field. There's a short mid wicket coming in place. Probably there will be a short delivery coming in anytime soon. Could be a bluff as well. Yes, it was a bluff. He goes full length, trying to deceive the batter. And it's a wide.
Well, trying to bluff the batsman. Instead, he's gone for a wide, but good. Should be doing fine. Has to reload the final one. Well, an impressive over, isn't it? Bowling at the first, utilizing the swing. Only 3 coming of it.
That's beautifully bowled right up there in the block hole. And Syed Aziz did well to keep it away from the stumps. And a wonderful over to end with. After the first over, Malaysia 3 without loss.
Well, you could see why that Shade Aziz had won the toss and elected to bat. He knows that if Ishtiaq comes in the second innings, had this similar sort of start, it's very, very hard if they have a really high total to go forward for. You have that total in mind which keeps tormenting you to achieve it, and that mental pressure will finally get exposed. So maybe starting up front in the batting was the good call.
But well, coming to that point, I would say both the sides are equally balanced, but they have their own concerns because we have seen some wonderful batting, especially at the top order from Saudi Arabia, where Malaysia is more of a hit and miss when it came to the opening stand. So the middle order for Malaysia is much stronger. Oh, that's a good looking pull shot, but straight to the fielder, couldn't find the gap. So coming back to the point, Malaysia are very solid when it comes to the middle order batting, and that's one place of concern for Saudi Arabia, whereas the opening batters have done most of the runs in the contest.
Yeah, we have the likes of Faisal Khan as well, really, really strong with the bat, and alongside him, his opening partner, Abdul Wahid, being the highest run scorer, 264 runs. Oh, slashed away, and that will be boundary as well. The first boundary for Malaysia. What a way to start proceedings for Aslam Khan.
Well, that's how he likes to bat. Stands and delivers. So slightly short, and how quickly he picked the length, just clearing his feet and creating that extra room for himself.
As you mentioned, slightly short. Well, I reckon they will be missing Usman Najib in action in the second over. Normally, being a bowling partner with Ishtiaq can generate sumptuous amount of pace. Well, this time he goes high, clears the infield as he got the legs for a boundary. No.
Well, he got the elevation, but not the timing, probably coming from the bottom of the bat. So that's his approach. We have seen Aslam Khan going right from the word go. He's not someone who likes to hold back. If the ball is pitched up to him, he's going to go for his shots. So he can be very dangerous and lethal, especially in that batting power play.
Yes, that's why they have sent him as an opener. He could be a good finisher as well. He has that ability to finish things off with the quick burst. But he hasn't able to do it for a long period amount of time. He's not that guy who occupies the crease well. That's why you have Shade Aziz as a partner. It's a good balance in the batting, the opening stance.
Well, I believe one of the reasons why he was promoted up the order was because Syed Aziz always had that issue of having a good partner. We have seen Ahmed Zubaidi playing a couple of games, couldn't score much. So that puts Syed Aziz under a lot of pressure as well. And hats off to him and the management for bringing those changes and trying to adjust the batting lineup.
Well, this time goes full, pitched it up, and again, smoke through covers. Well, he's onto double digits. He's off to a flyer.
Well, like I said, you cannot be pitching up to him. He has that nag of clearing his front foot and creating that extra space for him. And this time it was more of a slash. It didn't came off the middle of the bat. Still had the power and the strength to beat the fielder. A couple of boundaries in this over. 10 runs of it. A good over for Malaysia and Aslam Khan.
As you know that the slip has been removed, it's been a good over. Normally, if the bowling has been going really well, you would add another one to protect. Knows that he's an attacking batsman, so put your man at the boundary. Well, we only see one or maybe two. And rattles the stumps. Imtiaz gets the last laugh. An absolute peach to remove a dangerous Aslam Khan in the making.
Well, the bowler comes up with a surprise. Beautiful delivery. That was coming back in and just slightly shaped away from the right-hander and opened up Aslam like an open book. He couldn't do much. And like I said, that's the way he plays. He likes to go for his shots. But every time the bowler pushes him on his back foot, he has struggled. That will be the end of the second over. 13 for 1 Malaysia. And now it's time for the best batter, I would say, not only in international cricket, but also during this series because he has been Malaysia's top run getter. Virendip Singh walks into bat.
Yep, his record speaks for itself as well. 19 different Man of the Match awards, the most by any T20i batter, and also the only man that has gotten closer to a century in this tournament, just 7 short. And that too came against Saudi Arabia in a must-win contest in keeping the unbeaten streak alive. Can he deliver in the biggest of stages? We have seen him done in previous occasions. So it's Ishtiaq Ahmed that he has to face, but on strike is Shade Aziz.
Oh, that's beautifully played, just opening the face of the bat. Much sensible on that occasion. Syed Aziz just trying to be more cautious and careful because another wicket or two here can really push Malaysia onto the back foot.
Yeah, as we've seen in the previous game as well, not only did he start it off slow, but he had finished his innings in a high note. But the flurry of wickets down the order suggests that they don't have that firepower, the lack the firepower, and also the long innings that they could deliver more runs. It's been the top order who's been doing bulk of the runs. You could see in the most runs scored charts, it only shows 3 batters, and 2 of the main is the one standing in the middle.
And that's beautifully flicked away. A very confident looking shot to get off the mark, Virendip Singh.
Now, coming back to the point, it's the top order who have done the bulk of runs, especially these two combined to get more than 400 runs themselves. And that's what the middle order have to do when they step up. Well, it was a good test with Thailand when they were losing a flurry of wickets. Then Akil Wahid and Ainul Hafiz came into. It was a good partnership between them. But both games have come to 160, which looks okay. But as captain, always wants a minimum 180. But beyond that, he's happy to take it.
Well, when it comes to this pair out there, it's not only in this series. Oh, that's flicked away. And effortlessly going over the top for a first 6. Half a dozen for Syed Aziz.
That's pure elegance. You just can't do that. Well, that's what happens when you bowl onto his path. It's very straight and he brings his signature shot. And what a time to bring it.
So coming back to the point, these two out there, they have scored heavily in this series, but they are also Malaysia's top run getters in international T20 cricket, both with more than 2,500 runs each. That's very impressive. Oh, what a delivery there from Ishtiaq Ahmed. Good comeback.
Standing on 101th international T20 for Syed Aziz, definitely feeling this one. A very proud moment. Being there, have been there for a long time alongside Virendip, who is currently in his 94th T20 international, just 6 away from century of matches being played. Shows the experience and the capability, the high caliber that they have in the batting, as you mentioned.
Well, it's an interesting battle going out there between bat and ball. And he goes aerial, no timing on that occasion. Faisal Khan comes underneath. And Syed Aziz departs. What a wicket here for Saudi Arabia and Ishtiaq Ahmed.
Well, that's what Ishtiaq Ahmed can do. He can give you a 6, he maybe give you a 4, but he will definitely find ways to come back, and he comes back strongly. And he does it so with a wicket this time. Look at this. Goes full. That has been his weakness throughout the tournament. Trying to play over the infield. Trying to be slightly aggressive. Completely gets this one wrong. It was a great effort up until then. But with the heavy hit, he walks back to the pavilion.
Well, Malaysia is crumpling under the pressure. Well, Dinesh, when you're playing a big match, especially in the final of the series, you always have a lot of pressure going against you, especially the home side where a lot of expectations are on them. So it sometimes can get the better of you. And time for Amir Khan to walk in. What a time for him to walk in. He has only made his debut in this series. So very new for international cricket, but he has been playing around the clubs for many years. So he has a lot of experience backing him. So I think the stage is set for him. If he could play a longer innings and score some runs, it will do a lot of good to his confidence.
Yeah, previously, well, he made his batting debut against Thailand, scoring 20 of 16. Well, not to forget, he is the brother, the power hitter of Aslam Khan.
That's beautifully bowled once again. What a comeback here. After that 6, he took the wicket off Syed Aziz and finishes off with a dot delivery after 3 overs, 21 for 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Rightly mentioned that it is a great comeback for Saudi Arabia. That six almost set the tone and maybe was the momentum shift in the batting for Malaysia right there. Felt like the skipper was going to play his worthy knock, a captain's knock that could lead Malaysia to a big total. As you mentioned rightly, the pressure maybe got into him, or maybe what he had other ideas. Just wasn't there. So Imtiaz and Ishtiaq have shared wickets between them, a wicket each, important in the opening overs.
Well, coming back to Said Aziz and Virendeep Singh, you cannot be expecting them to perform in each and every match. Cricket is a team game, so the other players needs to put their hands up and take the responsibility on their given day as well.
Yeah, when you go down the order, you can see that the opening batter for Saudi Arabia, well, Abdul Wahid. Then we have Faisal Khan, who's an aggressive batter as well in the opening. And then you have the skipper himself, Wajiul Hassan, who could bat and the only man to get a fifer as well.
Oh, that slightly kept low. Good bowling here from Imtiaz. We have seen a lot of good bounce, and then on the odd occasion, we have also seen some of them keeping very low, like that one.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of assistance for the bowling side nonetheless. And with the tricks that the pitch is playing to the batters, it will be even trickier for them to bat out there. And over the course of the series, you can see paces are slightly coming up the ranks as well. They have been picking a lot of important wickets.
Another good delivery right outside the off stump, and the field has been set heavily on the offside as well. So he's bowling according to his field. So that's a very good asset or a feature that a fast bowler should have.
Yeah, and you can see he's been really good, very consistently, putting right at the fourth and fifth stump line. Having that slip there shows the amount of discipline and the amount of attacking mindset that he has. And good bit of fielding all round from Saudi Arabia throughout this series too. You have to give credit to that.
Again, beautifully bowled, just back of length. A wild throw there, but some good backing up. Yes, and coming back to Abdul Wahid, he didn't open the batting in the first match. He was coming in the middle order, and then Wajiul Hassan decided to make that shift, and since then, Abdul Wahid has not looked behind. So it's wonderful. As a captain, you know the strengths and weaknesses of your team players. So that has worked for Saudi Arabia so far.
As he nicked it, yes! An ultimate joy! And Virendip Singh Parish. It's three down for Malaysia and Saudi Arabia in ultimate joy. It is a collective misery for the host nation. But as you said, it's fine bowling and Imtiaz is redemption well and truly complete.
Well, again, that's slightly short of length. He went for the pull, getting an under edge and a great take by the wicket keeper as well.
Yeah, they know how big of a wicket this is, nonetheless. Because it's Virendip Singh and Imtiaz. He looked pumped up, so as the whole Saudi team out there. Well, the batting has restarted. You could see Akil Wahid walking out in a precarious situation. This is what you wanted. This is what you want. When you send up your opening bowlers, get the wickets, early wickets, and you're right on top of this game.
And straight away we can see there's a slip in place. There's a backward point, a point fielder, short cover. The cover fielder is very close to the batter. Probably they will go hard at the new batters. And this is very good captaincy, trying to impose more pressure.
When you smell blood, just go for the kill.
That's beautifully played. Just opening the face of the bat. He gets off the mark straight away.
Well, that's a big role for these two to play right now. Amir Khan and Akil Wahid, very established middle order batters. Now they have to make amends and steady the ship that's almost sinking at the moment, but it's Saudi Arabia who are cruising.
Well, Saudi Arabia bowlers definitely have the upper hand right now. But then both the batters out there are still pretty capable, and if they can get a partnership going. Oh, beautiful bowling once again, beaten for pace. We can see that Amir Khan was slightly slow to react. It went past him. Yes, absolutely beaten for pace. So wonderful over, another successful one. Just one run and a wicket. Good comeback here from Imtiaz.
That's 22 for 3. So Usman Khalid always bowls at the stroke of 5 overs from the Nagara end. So they are reserving those death overs maybe for the paces to come back again, replacing Ishtiaq. Well, then you have overs to get through of Zain. Maybe Waju Hassan, the skipper, might come back as well.
So some spin being introduced. Usman Khalid has done a wonderful job in the tournament as well. Every time the captain has given the ball to him, he has delivered. Likes to bowl economically.
Yeah, he has done the job with the bat as well. A very well-rounded bowler. Very well-rounded person in the team as well. Yeah, exactly number 10 in the bowling chart. 3 for 25 being his best and picking up 6 wickets in all tournaments.
Oh, that was aerial and away from the fielder. Couple of runs there. Amir Khan would have had his heart in his mouth. Almost went to the fielder.
Yeah, was just tipped over. Usman Khalid himself. Well, clip down the leg side. I reckon it's enough protection. Yep. Let's go for a couple.
Well, that's all they need to do right now. At least for the next few overs. Just rotate the strike and keep the scoreboard ticking. Because too many dot balls piling up will create pressure on the batters. And mind you, Malaysia is short of a batter today. They have rested out Ahmed Faiz to bring in an extra bowler. Rizwan Haider comes back in. So definitely that's going to affect the gameplay as well, especially when you have lost 3 early wickets.
Yeah, an experienced veteran as well, Ahmed Faiz. Maybe he could have helped in the batting, maybe coming in at this time. But it's good to give others an opportunity to bat, like Akil Wahid and Amir Khan standing in his 4th game. Aerial again.
Well, no control on that shot whatsoever. Amir Khan Malik is probably just trying to check his shots rather than going for the full swing. Well, that's the end of the fifth over. 27 for 3. And with that, we'll have a change in the com box as well. My fellow commentator Dinesh will be taking a break and he'll be replaced by Amin. Welcome back, Mr. Amin.
I said, what a match, what a turnaround. Thank you for the invite, first of all. And things are looking so solid for Saudi Arabia. They have picked up three top class wickets of Malaysia cricket. And Saeed Aziz is in very good form. And Virendeep Singh, always very consistent. And Aslam Khan on the top. They sent him for a quick fire, but nothing worked for them. Then now the repair works have done. Started Akil and Amir Khan on the crease, and Imtiaz is going to bowl the last over of the power play.
Oh, a wild delivery down the leg side. One of the fewer occasions when we have seen Imtiaz missing his line. But that's what happens, especially when there is a left hand right hand combination out there. So as a bowler, you need to adjust your line and length on almost every delivery, especially when they are taking singles.
That's true, Sid. And now Saudi Arabia will be looking to pick another couple of wickets and put more pressure on Malaysia on the other side. They want to build a partnership. That is the only thing in their mind.
Beautifully bowled once again. And he's hitting that corridor of uncertainty where the batters can be tentative about going forward or backward. So it's a very good line and length that he's bowling with.
Imtiaz is a very strong candidate and he has that pace, raw pace in him. And the areas he's been bowling since morning, since this afternoon, is tremendous. And it always creates a dilemma in the batter's brain that can I go front or back? It's always a trouble if you're in that position.
Oh, that's edged away and that will fly away to the fence. Close to the wicket keeper. Well, that will encourage the fast bowler once again. He found the edge, but just away from the wicket keeper.
Again, the similar kind of a delivery, which is like creating the doubt in the minds of the cricketer, whether I can go for a front or back foot. And also the ball is moving, that's the reason. He had a thick outside edge. If it is a thin, you would have gone by this time. And keeper just tried his best to stop the ball, at least to catch the ball. Nothing happened. The pace took the ball to the boundary. No time. And additional 4 runs. Happy Malaysia.
Much better shot on that occasion. Well, he got a boundary. Probably not the most convincing shots, yet effective. Well, Malaysia will need few of those, especially after losing 3 early wickets. They have all the 3 important and dangerous batters out there in the dugout. So it will be time once again for the middle order to walk in and cement the innings.
The batter you are seeing on the screen is Amir Khan, the captain of Para team, who led Para and brought lots of success to the team. He's very consistent, very good all-rounder. He can even bowl medium pacer and get you a couple of wickets.
Well bowled once again, another dot delivery. And he's bowling very tight line and length. I'm very impressed with Imtiaz. Yes, he didn't have a very good first over, considered 10 runs. But since then, the comeback, the next 1.4 overs that he bowled, he only conceded 7 runs and took 2 wickets.
That's the champion quality. Always they come back, and they come back very strong. And Imtiaz, no doubt, is a champ. Yes, to Amir Khan.
Oh, that hit him. Amir Khan tried to pull that and it got into his body much quicker than he was anticipating. Oh, look at that. definitely he will be in some discomfort. But he's a strong lad, not showing any emotions out there.
Well, that's part of the sportsman spirit, the warrior spirit. You get hit, it's painful, but you don't show it out. Kind of a boxer, getting hit in each round, just want to win the game. One ball left in the power play.
Well, I mean, by getting hit by a cricket ball, that's one of the reasons I'm here behind the combox. One of the safest places to be on the cricket field, because we know how much it can hurt. But for the time being, it's the Saudi bowlers who have been hurting the Malaysian batters. That will be the end of the batting power play after 6 overs, 34 for 3.
A dominant performance by the Saudi team, because they picked up 3 wickets and it's 3 diamonds, and they're all top batters, and they have scripted first 6 overs. They belong to them, but there is always a saying that you can come back in a cricket game. You can come back, and talking about Malaysia, they have an ample amount of Malay cricketers who've been playing for different states, have lots and lots of experience. One of them is Amir Khan. He's like underrated batter, but he's very very good. He can. This is a perfect situation for him to show his mettle.
Well, Usman Khalid will continue in here. Again, beautifully ball. A yes and no. Oh, a better throw there. And Amir Khan would have been struggling. It was Faisal Khan, the fielder on that occasion. Another beautiful delivery, just opening up Amir Khan. Amir Khan is not looking very convincing out there. But yes, once he gets going, he can be very dangerous as well. Again, a wonderful delivery, not giving any room to the batter.
Akil not wasting any ball, 7 of 7. On the other side, Usman has a very good control over his bowling. There was a huge appeal asking for an out, asking to the leg umpire this time, and because there was a stumping attempt done by the keeper, the umpire is convinced that it's not an out.
Well, again, the batter just urging to score some runs. That's what the pressure of dot deliveries can create on a batter. That's beautifully driven in the gap. They're running hard. A good throw, and he could be gone. Oh, it was touch and go. It was very, very close. Amir Khan will feel extremely lucky to have survived that.
Yes, it's a touch and go and not RFID. Very close. Very, very close. It's a very thin margin. A lucky escape, I would say.
Well, aerial, he goes over the top of the bowler. Again, they're running hard. Slight misfield will assist the batters to get for the second. Well, Akil Wahid is trying to shift his gear and score some quick runs in here, but he should ensure that in the process he doesn't give away his wicket. He's looking good out there so far. A wonderful delivery, just changing his pace. Usman Khalid fired that into the left-hander. That will be the end of the 7th over, 39 for 3. And look at the batting card. Aslam Khan had a good start. He scored 10. And then he departed. And then Syed Aziz, Virendeep Singh, both going in single figures. And this wonderful bowling. And look at that. Only 2 extras given by the bowlers. So that shows the discipline and the accuracy with which they have bowled so far.
Mohammad Isham is the new bowler who's going to bowl the 8th over. Amir Khan is up against Mohammad Isham. Saudi are doing very good job here, controlling the run rate under 6 and not giving anything extra. especially boundaries.
Well, Mohammad Hisham has a unique action similar with the likes of Sikandar Raza, probably one of the resembling actions, I would say, and Sunil Narayan as well.
My
But
favorite.
I would say he's more like Sikandar Raza in his run-up.
You're right. I agree to that. Similar to Sikandar Raza. Sunil Narayan has a little bit unique action than this, but it's close to Sikandar Raza. And also, it's an advantage. You hide the ball and don't show which way it's going to turn. But these days, batter are very smart. They look at the arm before the release.
Well, definitely hiding the ball has worked for him. He got 4 wickets in the first game and also was the player of the match. And he has been very consistent with his line and length, and he has that carom ball that goes away from the right hander as well.
Looks like a promising bowler. Took 4 wickets, not a joke. Seriously, seriously lethal, actually. This is the final, and there was a wonderful cut shot. Looking for 2 runs, a good piece of fielding at the deep, but they comfortably taken a couple of runs. The runs are quite coming, but not as boundaries, but they're not tucking. They're not making defensive shots. They keep rotating. That's a good sign for Malaysia.
Well, the Malaysian batters needs to take this phase by phase, probably over by over, and try to reassess the pitch and reconstruct the innings. Again, slightly aerial. Amir Khan is struggling out there, especially with his timing. He's played a couple of deliveries almost straight to the fielder. So he needs to find his timing right. Again, just hurrying on to him. Another good delivery. This time it was the fiery, pacey one.
You're right. Amir Khan looks a little bit struggling, but he understands the situation. Rather throwing his wicket, he's staying calm and composed, and make sure he'll be compensating those dot deliveries.
Well, some sharp fielding there to see the end of the over. After 8 overs, Malaysia 43 for 3.
They started really well in this over, Mohammad Isham's over, scoring 1, 1, and 2. And the last 3 balls, he bowled a dot ball to Amir Khan. And actually, that adds pressure to Akil's batting as well, because he is in a position to accelerate on the other side if the run rate is not helping. And look at the run rate now, it's dipping down and 5.3, and they at least need 6 plus.
Well, if Malaysia can maintain a run rate of 6 until the 13th or 14th over, they can accelerate from there, but they need to preserve those wickets. Losing a wicket or two here can really make things very difficult, especially for the batters who are lined up next. Usman Khalid continuing here. Oh, look at that. Oh dear, Akil Wahid, he mistimed it. And the umpire called it a dead ball. Akil Wahid just being a bit greedy.
And what's happening? Are we watching cricket? Looked like a squash for me. And the ball was ballooned in the air for a while. And he took his own time. Almost middle of the pitch came and tried to hit the ball and almost got out doing that. What's happening?
Well, that's a no ball. So free hit coming up, and he goes high and handsome. A 6 over mid wicket area. There was a fielder out there, but it was timed wonderfully.
And Akil heard what we said, I believe. Next ball, he put that away from the deep fielder, showed his power that I can hit. That one was a miss. I'm so sorry.
Well, comedy of errors. A lot of entertainment here. That's beautifully driven once again. That's in the gap. They're running hard. But that's very good fielding in the deep.
Pretty relieved. Malaysia dugout seeing the six after a long time and a no ball. And the other side, Usman, I think he's a little bit out of control in this over. Look at the shot that goes straight, and oh my goodness, he missed it, and it's a boundary. What an error there by Saudi. So look at the bowler. Usman is totally frustrated. Oh my goodness, that was a catch, but it was a good try indeed.
Well, Amir Khan, he survives once again. We have seen Imtiaz, I beg your pardon, it was Ishtiaq Ahmed, one of the better fielders in the outfield. And just to add salt on the wound, it went over the boundary as well. So 4 runs conceded, what could have been a wicket.
And Amir Khan almost like have his heart in his mouth. Almost got out. It's a couple of chances went towards Saudi Arabia. They didn't convert that. And let's see what is the price they're going to pay for that.
Yes, could be a costly miss. And look at that. Very good looking cut shot. Just for a single. But yes, once you start finding the middle of your bat, it will grow your confidence as a batter. So end of the 9th over, 56 for 3 Malaysia.
There is 1 over to be bowled before drinks. And Malaysia slowly marching towards and above the 6 run rate per over. And that's a good sign. The last over was really productive. 13 runs came in this over. That's what they wanted. And let's see if they finish strong before the 10th. Akil on 19. Amir Khan on 14. This partnership proving to be very good. They're doing a good job for Malaysia. If they manage to score another, if they stay there for another 5 overs and keep the score above 100, that is a very good one for Malaysia to score at least 130 plus.
Well, 130 will be competitive looking into the bowling attack of Malaysia, but we have seen Malaysia scoring 160 in the last match. They faced each other and they got beaten. So that will also be playing at the back of their mind and putting them under some psychological disadvantage.
Mohammad Hisham is back. First over he bowled beautifully. Just gave 4 runs. He's Muhammad Sikandar Raza of Saudi Arabia.
Well, Mohammad Hisham, he did well so far. That's driven down the ground. Well, my fellow commentator Amin is just being impressed with Mohammad Hisham, saying him as Sikandar Raza. Definitely he's right up there when it comes to his talent. Yes, he's done a very good job with both bat and ball. Almost got the wicket. Amir Khan again not being at his best. That ball kept slightly low.
He's mixing it up. Really interesting to watch him bowl. Every ball he brings some energy into it, and that's why he took 4 wickets in the previous game, and bringing that momentum into this game, putting pressure on the Malaysian national side.
And look at the change of pace. The previous delivery he bowled it much flatter, and then this time he goes the other way with a more loopy delivery. So as a batter, you need to be very proactive and you need to assess each and every delivery. So it's not easy. That's how he can make your life very difficult out there in the middle.
And he's very quick between the balls.
And that's slashed hard and over the infield. And that will run away for another boundary. So a boundary to end the over and the batting, I beg your pardon, the 10th over.
So we will be going into a drinks break. So Malaysia halfway stage 62 for 3. Thank you. Malaysia Open T20i Quadrangular Series final match between Saudi Arabia and Malaysia. Malaysia won the toss and elected to bat first. Doing so, they lost 3 wickets and they scored 62 runs. And the second half, they're looking forward to score at least 60 to 70 runs to stay ahead in these finals. And Amir Khan on 19 and Akil on 20, playing really well. With that said, I'd like to invite my fellow commentator Dinesh on board. Hi, Dinesh.
Hi, Amin. Hi, viewers. Hope you all have enjoyed up until this. Well, it's interesting to see these two have hung in there. Well, a couple of lifelines nonetheless given to Amir Khan. You see multiple occasions looking like to be dismissed and sometimes slightly skeptical in taking his shots. While proving to be his lucky day, hope he can make the best out of it.
That's right. And you need luck to stay in. Sometimes cricket innings comes along with luck. One of the recent innings played by Suryavanshi had a couple of lucks, but he made the record of scoring 37 ball, 100. And look at that, there's a close call here, almost a run out. And speaking about Suryavanshi, is a talk of the town in IPL. A 14 years old boy scored a century against a big name Gujarat Titans. And when you are talented, age is not a matter. That is the message he said to the world.
Yeah, age is definitely just the number. We could see that earlier on in the day with the Singaporean team as well. We see the likes of Venkat Ramharsh, Daksh Pratap, Venkat Ramharsh winning the player of the match as well, being at such a young age, able to really perform at the international stage shows a lot of courage, a lot of determination, a lot of hard work as well in that. It's not easy to come in an international stage, coming abroad and giving your best. It's definitely a good platform for them to grow. And you have to credit the captain and the management who have given them a chance to show their talent as well.
Well said, Dinesh. I agree to your point, 100%. You should give chance to the talent, not to the age.
Yeah, but I mean, talent is also, and you can see going past. Well, talent, it doesn't mean only giving chance for youngsters, also veterans as well. Maybe they might be aged, but when they have the talent and they have the potential, the capability, why not be an addition in the side?
Having said that, Waji is bowling beautifully after the drinks. Four balls done, just 4 runs given, and Akil and Amir Khan trying to rotate the strike and maintaining the momentum after the drinks as well.
Yeah, if they give a really good momentum here for Malaysia, you do have coming down the order with the likes of Vijay Unni, we have Shavi Muniandi, we have Ainul Hafiz to actually back them up. Two, three good batters at the middle, lower middle order, I would say. And then we have Bajula as well, who's bowling in the middle overs. Picked up a fifer recently for his country as a skipper. That's what he won. Smoked it towards covers, and yes, the field has gave up the chase. Much needed boundary to break the shackles, and Akil Wahid continues his good run of form, which the over comes to an end with 70 for 3.
And 70 after 11 overs, you can see happy faces in the Malaysian dugout because they lost 3 wickets early. Now, these two gentlemen pulling the game away from Saudi Arabia, and all they need is stay there for another 4 to 5 overs, bring the score 100 plus. And the last 5 overs, you mentioned that Sharvil is there, Ainul Hafiz is there, and you have Wafiq is there. They all can bat. And Vijay Uni, the top order bat, he can come down and bat as well. He's in form. He played a KL T20 bash recently and scored 70 runs, less than 35 or 40 balls. He's in form. So they have a high chance of scoring a competitive total on the board. Like Mohammad Isham is back to bowl his third over, and 1 run taken. The momentum is with Malaysia now.
Yeah, this partnership as well goes to 50, losing their third wicket at 21 runs. Virendip Singh it was, and ever since it has been a big fight. Had to weather a couple of storms, couple of chances, let down by Saudi Arabia as well due to that. Given multiple lifelines. Well, this has been an impressive effort.
What a lovely shot to the covers that looks so elegant on the eyes. Akil, your beauty, so stylish. And Mohammad Isham keeping it tight, but 1 run coming off all the balls. That's really interesting. Marching towards and one boundary in between. That's enough.
But they know that one boundaries and two maybe won't hurt them because, as Shahidul earlier mentioned, that even 160 was not enough for them to defend as well. They previously met each other and they know how hard it was. Saudi Arabia, they really batted well. They know that 160, it might be just enough if they do the job with the bowling earlier on.
Agreed with you, Dinesh. If the batting team is so solid and if they are high in their confidence, 160 or 170, whatever the number, they'll go and get it. That is the difference between a confident and a team with a low in confidence. And earlier during the third and fourth best game, Singapore scored just 110 runs, but Thailand have lost the game by 30 runs. Like they scored only 80 runs. That happened in the same ground what we are watching.
That two being recorded, well, it was a sad thing that they have recorded the lowest score by a team in total 80. Previously set by the team who won the third place 82. On edge. Well, that has been their primary strengths as well. Well, there have been a couple of mishaps throughout the day for Saudi Arabia, but fielding is definitely one of the strong ones. Well, 100 and, I beg your pardon, it's 12 hours and 76 for 3.
And fantastically playing Malaysia. Amir Khan and Akil doing the right job for the team. And the discussion is going on intense. They understand that they are on the driving seat and they're leading the way. And on the other side, Saudi Arabia are looking to break this partnership. If they break, and they might get another couple of wickets, that's how they can restrict the scores. In T20Is, in any T20 format, you need to get wickets at frequent interval so that you can restrict the runs as well.
Well, against Bajula, the skipper as well, coming to Akil. And they know that Malaysian batters like to play in front of square, and fields are very clever. You could see a deep long on long off as usual. And then we have deep. We have a sweeper, and we have a man at deep at fine square leg with a cow corner. So now he's move it squarer. Well, big key Vietnamese. Once again, Amir Khan was stayed there, but hasn't got a move on to be very attacking. He's just doing all right. He just hung in there. Well, definitely pressure is there playing out there, obviously. And yes, they fetch the fans, and there is word exchange within the fielders. They're saying to each other, "Why didn't you stop that one?" But Malaysian batters will take it, particularly Amir Khan.
And that's a very good shot and a valid one. And as I said, in between ones, you score that odd boundaries. Now the score is closer to 100. See, almost 81 in the 13th over. Look at the shot one more time. Played beautifully on the offside, one run. And the previous ball, there was a almost a collision between these two fielders on the deep. And the one on the left side wanted to slide and stop the ball, but other one came closer, so he completely stopped. So at the end of the day, they lost that boundary. So he was quite frustrated.
Well, it was a complete different story the entirety of the tournament where we have seen multiple occasions Saudi Arabian fielders come together, but both will go for the slide. But this time there was slight miscommunication, and as you said, they were frustrated about it. But it's always that off and on mindset you need. Just forget about what happened and just move forward. And the bowling has been good ever since that. The boundary was definitely on the cards, but the fielding definitely needed that. Goes aerial. Well, they know these singles won't hurt them. And 84 for 3 after 13.
And now they're opening up the shoulders, right? Now they're set. They're watching the ball like a football. Akil and Amir Khan, opening up the shoulders, so looking for boundaries, and they're getting it. And they are in a very, very dangerous zone now. That means dangerous for Saudi Arabia. If they don't pick up any wicket or they break this partnership, the score would be at least 130 plus, without a doubt.
Well, dangerous isn't it too optimistic because they're still not in a commanding position yet. 6.4 it is. It's not like they are going 10 for over. Maybe keeping that could be a ploy for Saudi Arabia, not bringing in those aggressive batters like maybe Vijuni, maybe. What do you think about it?
That's a good point, Dinesh. But what I see from my side is these batters are playing better than the last three overs before.
Yeah, and maybe you called it right. They are watching the ball like a football, and this time dispatch behind square, whack it for a maximum. Let's take a look at how we did that, Amir Khan.
Perfectly placed. Okay, no one is there to cover the boundary behind square, and he made use of that perfectly well. That's a short of a length, and rocked back and swivel, 4 runs added. Now the pressure is on the bowler. It's a six, not a boundary. Look at the power he generated in the shot.
Yeah, that's what Amir Khan can do. Yeah, brother of Aslam Khan. Obviously, he do share the DNA of power hitting. And this is what he won from a batter after hitting the six, not being too extravagant, just getting the overconfidence to overload. Tap it, give it to your partner.
And speaking about that, Amir Khan and Aslam Khan are brothers, and they play for Para, and very very strong lads. Aslam Khan is more aggressive than Amir Khan, but Amir Khan is more consistent than Aslam Khan.
But still, plenty of work to do for the batters. Just right now, they're just shy of 7 per over. But definitely, there will be some pressure or maybe some bother from Hisham because he hasn't got a wicket yet. Normally will get. Look at that. As soon as the ball was traveling, looked like it was going straight to the fielder. Foul shot.
I think they're seeing the trend. The run rate is getting higher and higher, not going down. So it looks positive. And if they play aggressive and if they increase the tempo, and it will be very good to see. And they are going for the shots. That's one good thing because they keep getting runs. Now almost close to 100. They are in a solid situation now. 14 overs, close to 100. Perfect for them. And you said Vijay Uni, if they bring Vijay Uni up now, he's in very good form. He will definitely add 30 runs or 25 runs in 10 balls or 12 balls.
Well, it depends with how he deals with the Saudi Arabian bowlers, which you can't write them off at any stage. And still, they're doing really well. Good bit of bowling from Hisham, nonetheless. In his 4 overs, just 26. Maybe he would have wanted his name on the wicket tallies, but it's not his day in the wickets. Did the job what the captain wanted. Curtail the runs, done exactly that. Same as the skipper for Malaysia said as this, would have wanted this two to string a crucial partnership. Cruising well. It's 94 for 3 after 14.
uh, Advantage for Malaysia. That's the thing going on. They have enough overs left to score at least 50 to 60 runs, and they have the potential to do that. Even though the Saudi Arabia is a very good bowling unit, but these two batters are set, and they're not wasting deliveries. That's a good news. Let's say if they stay there for another 4 to 5 overs, then definitely they'll score 130 plus easily. They always say the first 5 overs or 6 overs and the last 5 overs are very interesting part of a T20 game. The first six is a power play, and the last six is also a kind of a power play. They want to score as many runs as possible in that time frame.
A good time to bring Zain. Well, that's what he can do. Entice the batter to hit. Had it gone slightly more airborne, maybe would have been straight in the palms of the fielder, which will not be dropping in any day. But this is what Zain can do. Have been one of the best wicket takers as well in this throughout this tournament. The left arm orthodox. Just 3 away from hitting the best wicket taker of the tournament potentially. Right now, standing at 10, third best bowler. Just one shot of his countryman, Ishtiaq Ahmed, and Virappa, and currently host for the most wickets in the tournament, 12. With a brilliant bowling performance early on the day for wickets back to back as well. Pierce to through the grab, but don't have to worry, a man in the deep will do the job.
Things are going pretty well for Malaysia and looking solid. They want to finish strong, and 97 for 3 runs short of 100 runs, the three figures. The keeper is asking for an appeal, but the back foot are rooted strong inside the crease. The line marked for the batters. Batting crease is well inside, so not out, given by the umpire. Zain ul 3 runs only given in the first 4 balls. Excellent over. Look at the shot. That was huge. And what a catch at the deep. Very good one. Very close to the line. They had a very strong base to catch the ball. Zainullah, the lucky bowler, to break this partnership. This is going to create an impact in this phase of the innings. And they didn't want this partnership to be broken. Malaysia seriously looking for these two batters to complete. Very strong.
Well, they definitely would want to associate the word luck with Amir Khan. It has been going his way for a couple of times. Well, maybe the lifeline not given this time. tries to go big, just couldn't clear the man at the deep. A great catch nonetheless. Settled in well, but just couldn't go further. So he currently holds the highest run scorer of this final, 38 coming up 36. A valiant effort after a slow and sedentary start, but the partnership had to be broken and done in a really good time. That's what Zainul Hassan can do.
And
He's done
after
it.
the wicket, what a man in Sharveen, a power hitter and an excellent finisher. Perfect man for the last five. Going to be very, very productive for Malaysia. And Akil and Sharveen, if they complete the innings, and we can expect at least 140 plus score in this, and that is a very competitive one for Saudi to chase it down.
So make it 11 for Zain. And off the mark, off the bats. So it is 15 overs gone, 2 runs away from the century mark. 98 for 4 after 15.
Everyone expected 100 runs in this over, but just 2 runs short. $98 for 4. Malaysia. And with that said, let me introduce Mr. Robert to the combox.
Thank you very much. Welcome, viewers. Well, last 5 overs of the grand final of the Malaysia Open T20i Quadrangular Series. Well, it's a big game for both these teams. It's one apiece so far. Malaysia winning the first one, and Saudi Arabia winning the inconsequential second round robin, because both these teams had already qualified to the final, but it was a big day for them. They needed to come back, and they came back well, beating Malaysia in that second encounter. And well, it all comes down to today and this afternoon here from the BAYUEMAS Oval. A wicket coming in the previous over, just hampering the progress of Malaysia. 98 for 4 at the start of the 16th. Sharwin Munyandi, the newer of the batters. Akil Wahid, who's batting really well, 36 of 32 at the moment. He'll have to up the scoring rate in the final 5 overs, try and get Malaysia close to 140. It'll be quite a challenging score. This being a final, runs on the board are always going to be valuable.
Yes, and he slashes into the gap, backward of square, and he patches the fence. And that will be 100 up for Malaysia.
Fortunate boundary, but they won't care how they come as long as they come. Sharwin Munyandi, 5 of 3 already.
Well, this is what he has to do. Just accelerate, go for the biggies. And that's exactly what he's done. Has he cleared the fence? Yes, it's out of the park. That's a 6 to follow up with a boundary.
Much needed here for Malaysia. 100 coming up with the previous boundary. Now they've raced along to 108. Beautiful looking shot that. All the way.
That's a single.
Well, Dinesh, with the score where it is currently, and with the batting that Malaysia have, what do you think is a good first innings total?
Well, I'll come back after this delivery. Well played towards leg side. Well, They definitely needed a great start, but it was great bit of bowling from Saudi Arabia, just claiming those top order. It was 21 for 3. Then in the middle orders, Akil and Amir Khan came in and they chipped in really well. Once we want this too, especially Akil and Sharvin to finish off in a good style. So maybe 140, 150 should be good.
Well, they'll pick up a scrappy single, but it doesn't matter the nature of the runs in this first innings. Malaysia and this pair in particular will try and pick up as many as they can. And yeah, at the moment, in the com box at least, 140 seems to be the score that we're zoning in on. And we'll see how close or how farther past that Malaysia can get. 16 overs are gone already. And umpire Kalidas setting records of his own. Most number of matches officiated on field. That's some effort there from the great gentleman from Malaysia. Big final here. Zainul Abidin, 11 wickets for him in the tournament so far.
Well, that's hit hard, but they'll come back for the second, or maybe not. Good calling there. That's the communication you need.
Almost turned into a little bit of confusion out in the middle, but fortunately for Malaysia, and they settle on the single. It's interesting to see Zainul Abidin only bowled a 1 over so far. So he'll definitely not be able to complete his spell in this game.
Looks like the captain is maybe reserving those spaces to come towards the end, and Zainul Abidin maybe bringing in towards the 15, 14 to the 17th over maybe, because he has got the knack of getting wickets towards late of the innings and has done that previously as well. That could be the call, or maybe giving him those final overs. Maybe it's up to the captain. Oh, he goes
Slog
big.
sweep it. And he gets hold of it. Maximum here for Sharwin Munyandi, and when it matters, he steps up.
Yep. His heroics definitely is needed here, and this is what they need: a big over and a good hitter. 20 coming off of 8. Impressive. And he gets the last love, Zainul Abidin. Looking to be very positive, very aggressive. He knocks over a dangerous Sharvin Munyadi. It's half the side gone for Malaysia. Shake of the head.
Spot on. It's a big, big wicket here by Zainul Abidin. That of Sharwin Munyandi just pulls the length back ever so slightly. Sharwin Munyandi going to the same area. Well, that difference in length was no more than a few inches. Hitting the top of leg stump, dismissing the dangerous Sharwin Munyandi.
So the new batter walking in is Vijay Unni. A good established middle order batter. We have seen a good cameo from Sharvin nonetheless. They really needed something, a good burst of runs, which the top order collectively failed today with. He scored what the entire top order has scored today. 20 plus runs. I think it was 21. So this is what you need from the lower order. 1 to hang in there and 1 to hit.
I think one of the reasons why Zainul Abidin was kept out of the attack was because of the dangerous Akil Wahid, the left-hander. So he effectively kept Zainul Abidin out of the attack because he's batted really well till now. and he'll have to continue.
Yeah, most importantly, has kept him off strike for quite a while now, which will be interesting to see when he takes strike. As things stand, it will be 119 for 5 after 17.
Well, so that 140 mark looking very likely at the moment for Malaysia. They'll want to get past that, perhaps even closer to 150 now. It's possible, but it will take some good batting against the likes of Ishtiaq Ahmed and the rest of this Saudi lineup, bowling lineup, which is pretty good in the death overs.
Yes, you've seen it a couple of games right now, and Ishtiaq Ahmed, the line and length has been impeccable. Really, really good when he started off. And then today, missing Usman Najib, who was an express fast bowler for the Saudi Arabian side, replaced by Imtiaz, was impressed with the ball, picking two crucial wickets. Aslam Khan and Virendip Singh. He was in he was on top of the world when he got those two wickets earlier on. So it will be interesting to see when he comes to bowl and can they deal with the pace. Well, that's hit hard, but straight to the fielder.
Yeah, absolutely. The pace department for Saudi Arabia has come good more often than not. The likes of Ishtiaq Ahmed, Imtiaz Khan. Unfortunately, they missed out on Usman Najib, I think, through injury.
Well fielded there, but just in time. Gets back to his home. Well, this will be a great contest between bat and ball, definitely. Vijay Uni on strike, yet to get off the mark. Carves it away just for a single, gets off the mark.
Well, tell you what, Dinesh, Wajiul Hassan, who's just behind Zainul Abidin in terms of wickets, has bowled 3 overs for 29 runs without a wicket today. So he's been slightly more expensive during the latter half of this innings and the wicketless as well. So having to just move things around here towards the business end of this innings.
Yeah, and I reckon that's why Zain ul Abidin came in. And now the addition of pace doing really well. Not many runs coming off as well. This is good bit of captaincy.
Yeah, so heading into the final stages of this innings, Wajiul Hassan has plenty of options to consider. Malaysia need to find the boundaries.
Well, they do get a wide, but as you mentioned, boundaries are definitely needed if they would want to get past the 140 or maybe reaching 150 will be really optimistic. A position or a score they would feel above par for the situation they were in after an early top order collapse.
Absolutely, anything close to 150 or even if they can get past it somehow, they'll be very happy with going into the innings break because 150 on the board. That's crashed through the offside for a single. And if they can get to 150 here, Malaysia will be extremely pleased with themselves. And well, Akil Wahid holds the key to that. 40 of 38 for him. Vijay Unni has just gotten out there to bat. He's faced 3 deliveries. Not much breathing room for him. He has to get going very quickly, or if he can't, he'll have to get Akil Wahid back on strike. And then this delivery either has to go for a boundary or a 2. Smart bowling there from Ishtiaq Ahmed. It's a bye. I think, yes, it is. And well, that's a good over from Ishtiaq Ahmed, showing us his class. 3 overs bowled in the day, 15 runs conceded and a wicket. So he'll definitely be bowling one of the remaining 2 overs. I think it'll be the 20th. It'll have to be the 20th. And this next over is a big over for Malaysia, Dinesh.
Yep, it's a big over for these batters to maybe get to that 150 mark potentially. 140 and above would be great. Well, this goes to show that the middle order is not caught napping today. It has always been the top order who has scored the bulk of runs throughout the tournament. And the over reliance on the top order had maybe seen the inflexible middle order as well. But today they really stepped up, steadied the innings, have really put a decent total up until now. Hope they would finish in a high note, and Imtiaz to finish his spell. There will be a change of hands from him coming from the Nagara end. Here we go, right at the block hole. Big appeal. Bowler thinks he might have got an edge.
Umpire Kalidas way too experienced to fall for that. Just a slight smile and a nod of the head. Good delivery nonetheless. It was right up in the block hole. And I felt the bowler just joining in the appeal slightly later than the wicketkeeper. These are small telltales that the umpires pay attention to, apart from the obvious. And a good start to the over.
Slashed it away into the gap. Does the fielder stop it? No. Ball wins the race. Definitely need to break the shackles. And Vijayuni has done exactly that. Much needed boundary at this stage.
That was right off the middle of the bat. He'd just thrown the kitchen sink at it and goes racing away. Perhaps a dive from the fielder. You know, it's all to play for here. It's all or nothing. Might have been able to stop that ball from reaching the boundary, but in the end, for Malaysia, they'll be happy with the result. Mind you, Malaysia scored 160 in the previous encounter between these two teams, which Saudi Arabia chased for just the loss of 3 wickets. It was a full toss on that occasion. It's not off the middle, so they will pick up a single.
Well, there's a bit of conversation between the umpires whether it is gone above hip height of the full toss. Leg umpire confirms it was well within the waist height or maybe below. So there will not be an extra delivery or a no ball.
Well, 5 coming off the first 3 here. 129 on the board. So that 140 looking more and more within reach. And Akil Wahid has to face majority of these next 9 deliveries. Vijay Unni has done well to get himself to 6 of 7. But I think the 6s are going to have to come off the bat of Akil Wahid.
Again, throws his bat at it, will come for a couple.
What a top effort that from Ishtiaq Ahmed down on the 3rd boundary. He's your fast bowler who's just bowled a very good 18th over, and he's throwing his body around, keeping it down to just 2. That ball was travelling off the outside edge. And just go back to the previous encounter between these two sides, Dinesh. 160, not enough, as Saudi Arabia chased it down for the loss of just 3 wickets, and with overs to spare as well. But today, it's a different story. It's the grand final, and it's always a bit more pressure on.
Yes, rightly mentioned. 160 was chased pretty easy. It looked like 160 was being chased well within the 12 or 13 over until the wicket came in at the stroke of 100-run partnership between Faisal Khan and Abdul Wahid. And then the run rate steadily slowed down, but they just had enough to cross the line.
Well, the reason we're mentioning that is because we spoke about Malaysia's top order being in the business most of the time, and in the grand final, the middle order coming to the party and rescuing Malaysia after 3 wickets fell early. For Saudi Arabia, it's a bit of a similar story. Their top order has done bulk of their scoring. So if Malaysia can get to 150, 160 and perhaps pick up a couple of wickets inside the power play, it'll definitely make the run chase a lot more interesting.
Exactly, and as he flicks it straight to the man at deep mid wicket and simple catch. Well, Vijayuni tried to go big only to find the man in the deep. So another wicket falls right at the brink of the 19th over.
Well, 6 down now with the score on 132. 6 legal deliveries to go. Akil Wahid will be on strike for the 20th over. I reckon he's got to face all 6 deliveries and try and find a few boundaries. It's not going to be easy for the new batter to come out there and just start going all guns blazing. So Akil Wahid will have to wait and see if he can manage to pull off Virendeep Singh from one of the previous games, who famously took Malaysia over the line in a final over thriller. Malaysia winning that game. Then Saudi Arabia coming back and winning the second leg of that same fixture. And now these two sides are at it once again in the grand final of the Malaysia Open T20i Quadrangular Series of 2025. And, well, it is the brilliant Ishtiaq Ahmed who's going to be bowling out the last over. It's going to be tough to try and hit Ishtiaq Ahmed for boundaries, but Akil Wahid has to do that. Wafiq Irfan at the non-striker's end has got to be running hard, trying to get Akil Wahid back on strike.
It's gonna be a great battle between the batter and the bowler. One going for his half century, potentially 7 away. That could cross the 140 mark. Definitely would want to finish strong, both the teams. Here we go. Swing away on the leg side. Don't have to worry, there's a protection.
Well, Ishtiaq Ahmed got away with that one. Had Akil Wahid left that, it would have been a wide, or had he got better hold of it, it could have gone sailing over that fielder's head. In the end, just a single. Ishtiaq Ahmed and Saudi Arabia will be considering themselves fortunate.
Earlier on, you were praising on not only Ishaq Ahmed's bowling, but his fielding. He has been ranked second. He's done really well and he's doing well with his bowling as well. Oh, that just beat him for pace. Good bit of work behind the stumps as well. The keeper rushing towards the stumps.
Yeah, good awareness there. And, well, Wafiq Irfan has to get bat on ball. He's got to get Akil Wahid back on strike.
Once again, another dot delivery It has been an impressive 3 deliveries that is bowled, no boundaries yet. Peak dead bowling this is.
Yeah, Akil Wahid just having a quick chat with Wafiq Irfan. I mean, this last over is definitely going to shift the momentum. If they can get a couple of boundaries here, Malaysia will be very happy. It'll see them past that 140 mark that we've been talking about. But if Ishtiaq Ahmed and Saudi can restrict them below that.
Well, that's a really great hit, but not enough timing to clear the boundary, but definitely giving the strike back to Akil Wahid.
Well, 2 deliveries to go. Akil Wahid has got to be looking for the boundary here. And Ishtiaq Ahmed is definitely going to be aware of that. Will we see a Yorker or possibly a slower ball attempted? He knows that the batter Akil Wahid is going to be coming hard at him. Don't think we're going to see too much length on offer here from Ishtiaq Ahmed.
Pulled away with disdain. Has he got? No! Fielder just settles right inside the boundary edge, takes a fabulous catch. And Akil Wahid again trying to go big. Just not enough. This is fabulous from Saudi Arabia.
Well, Ishtiaq Ahmed going for length, but I think perhaps it was a change in pace as well. Akil Wahid just having to hold his shape a little bit longer. He was looking to swing through it. Got decent connection, but was not able to clear the fielder out on the mid-wicket boundary. He falls at a very crucial stage. And Malaysia 134 for 7. Ainul Hafiz, the wicketkeeper batter for Malaysia, walks out to the middle. And what can he do with 1 delivery to go?
Well, the only thing that would have been instructed, just hit the ball as hard as you can, get as much as runs as you could. No need to think twice on any. If you miss it, just go to the other end. It will be a false start.
Saw the wicketkeeper there just before this, telling the fine leg and the third, be ready for the paddle. Inside edge, good work by the wicketkeeper. And well, just the 1 run coming off the final delivery. 3 runs coming in the 20th over. It's a brilliant over by Ishtiaq Ahmed, restricting Malaysia to 135 for 7 from the allotted 20 overs. And well, Malaysia have got 135 on the board. 136 will be required by Saudi Arabia. That's the batting card. Not much in the form of the top order of Saeed Aziz Aslam Khan and Virandeep Singh, all falling very cheaply, 9, 10 and 1. Then there was a bit of resurgence from the middle order in the form of Amir Khan Malik and Akil Wahid, who had a good partnership going. And 38 of 37 for Amir Khan. Akil Wahid 44 of 42. It was a good innings by him. Sharwin Munyandi provided a little bit of impetus there. 20 of 9 deliveries, and Vijay Uni also finding a boundary once. But, well, Saudi Arabia have done well. Just the 5 extras. And Malaysia finished with 135.
Well, they've gone with 6 bowling options, and you could see they have been effective. Well, the 3 bowlers haven't got wickets, but definitely their economy have been really, really good. Pick the bowlers being Imtiaz Khan, brought in into the final, doing exactly what the captain wanted, wickets and decent economy. Ishtiaq Ahmed towards the end, great bit of opening spell, and the death overs being very, very effective, alongside Zainul Abidin, who came in the middle overs, picked up crucial wickets, and restricting Malaysia to 135. It could have been 150 if they have 130 if they nullified that 5 extra they bowled. So it's 136 does Saudi Arabia need to crown champions of this Malaysia Open T20i Quadrangular Series 2025?
So when we come back from the break, Saudi Arabia will need 136. We'll come back to you when action resumes in the grand final. Stay tuned.
on air, and it's that traditional Saudi pair walking out with immense energy. Faisal Khan and Abdul Wahid, and spread across the field, it's the Malaysian team fielding. Well, after a rough early start, it was 21 for 3 when the top order collapsed. Great rebuild by Amir Khan and Akil Wahid, who led them to a total that they might have felt they've crossed over the line, and a short burst from Sharvin Bunyadi. And to finish it off, he scored 135. 136 needed from the man in green. He would need great bit of bowling. Early wickets will definitely put Malaysia on top. So is the skipper. Didn't have the best of outings with the bat. One to consolidate with his bowling to open proceedings. So with that, Shahidul, how do you feel about the final? It's first ball.
Well, that's a beautiful start there. And it's slightly getting overcasted here at the BAYUEMAS Oval. So 135 on the board. That's what Malaysia managed in their first innings. So it will be very important for the openers, especially these two out there, Abdul Wahid and Faisal Khan, to give the side a good opening partnership. So they have done bulk of the running for this series. Both the batters have been in prime form, and they have 5 50s amongst themselves. So that shows the dominance that they had throughout this series.
Yes, and I think barely we could see that they have given a glimpse of them being uncomfortable in the crease as we speak. Has missed his line slightly, the shade as this. Yeah, Abdul Wahid particularly has been consistently scoring runs. There's not been one game and a miss the other. He has been electrifying alongside his partner Faisal Khan, who could stay in there, be very aggressive.
That's beautifully cut away. That will be the first boundary for Abdul Wahid. Slightly short and wide outside the off stump, and any time and every time the width is offered to Abdul Wahid, he will always punish you.
Yes, and knowing that there's a big gap, he's willing to oblige a wide ball. He's always in his striking arc. Well, you want someone like Shade Aziz who can swing both ways, just utilizing it, and slightly overcast, but at that, it's a given advantage as well.
Well, that's a quick run. Very good running between the wickets. They have very good understanding amongst themselves, both the batters out there. So yes, Malaysia will need quick wickets in here. That's the only way to impose some pressure back onto the opposition. And who else than Syed Aziz? He has done wonderfully well with the ball and the bat as well throughout the series. And once again, Malaysia will need their captain to step up.
Yeah, absolutely. And you could see Faisal Khan and Abdul Wahid as well. Faisal Khan facing one of the best in Malaysia, and that's what he can do. Pile up the does a good comeback after that boundary. Well, his record speaks for himself. The skipper fought in the most runs scored, 193, and in his bowling as well, getting 4 wickets.
That's again beautifully cut away into the gap. Just a single. Yes, coming back to your point, Dinesh, Syed Aziz has done a wonderful job both with the bat and ball, not only in international cricket, but even for the domestics. We have seen him playing a lot of club cricket around. So he's a busy cricketer, loves his cricket. And I think that's the reason he has been one of the great ambassadors for Malaysian cricket. So end of the first over, 7 without loss. And with that, we'll have the left-hander coming back into the side, Rizwan Haider coming from the Golden Hope end.
Well, definitely a very superstitious end. Most wickets have come from that end as well. And while bowling, it gives you that. But bowlers generally like to bowl, especially you can see Ishtiaq Ahmad getting a lot of wickets from that end. And it's great to see Rizwan Haider back into the side. And one key thing that is very unique from the other bowlers is that he loves to come around. We haven't seen him coming over the wicket over the years.
That's a good start here from Rizwan Haider. So Malaysia will need to put them or push them onto the back foot and dry up those runs, because Faisal Khan, he's someone who likes to score quickly. He has scored 193 runs in this series so far with a strike rate of 191. That's how destructive he has been.
Yeah, absolutely. So that would be a false start. I mean, they have to keep in mind anything going short, anything going very full, they will take you on without hesitation. And in the power play, they completely relished Malaysia the other day. 100 runs came in no time. A stroke of 9 overs, if I recall well.
Again, a big heave on the onside, not getting the right timing on that occasion. Yes, when it comes to Faisal Khan, he's someone who likes to stand and deliver. So Malaysia and Saudi Arabia both have similar type of opening pairs where they're going all attack right from the word go. So Faisal Khan, he's more resembling Aslam Khan, who's someone who believes in his muscle power and not on the footwork, like more of the technical batters.
Yeah, you could see this similar one here, but not the same Faisal Khan the other day. It was him on a really good day. He can really whack you. Wasn't a similar one here. Not getting the best of connections, isn't it? A good over from Rizwan Haider nonetheless.
Yes, a very decent over, just one run of it. So Abdul Wahid on strike. We have seen him being the most sensible batter. He gets off to a slower start, but then he consolidates and accelerates just like that. Someone who likes to take his time, and there's nothing wrong with it because the required run rate is only 6.9 runs per over, which is very achievable with 10 wickets in hand.
And it's 2 deliveries to go. So a great start. 3 dots on the trot. Having 2 aggressive batters in the middle, and he's able to. Oh, hits the stumps, unlucky there, going straight as an arrow down the ground.
Yes, unfortunate on that occasion. It was a beautifully driven shot down the ground, probably one of the safest places to hit the cricket ball. But when fortune is running out, you'll end up hitting the stumps on the other end. Luckily for Faisal Khan, Rizwan Haider couldn't get a hand to it. Oh, that's beautifully pulled away. That's over the fence. The first maximum here for Abdul Wahid.
Well, he started off brilliantly. Looking forward to finish it nicely, but he couldn't. That's what happens when you drop your length back. Well shot. And whipped it across. So it's 14 after 2.
Well, that was a pretty good over until that 6. Only 1 run conceded, and then he just releases the pressure with a wonderful shot. So Saudi Arabia has got off to a decent start, 14 without loss after 2 overs. 122 required of 18 overs. Slightly overcasted here. A lot of clouds forming around the ground. Oh, that's excellent fielding there from Syed Aziz. That ball was traveling.
He's a good fielder as well. Stopped that one that was maybe going for a 4. He was too quick as well. You know, when the ball is coming off the bat from Faisal, it's going to be really hard.
Yes, absolutely. And with the field restriction, your fielders needs to be at the top. And he's bowled him. He hits timber. And look at that celebration from Syed Aziz, the skipper of Malaysia.
Yeah, he is pumped up, and they are right back at this contest. Similar sort of wicket we've seen a couple of days ago when he was dismissed a similar way against Singapore. But it is Syed Aziz, the skipper, number 7. Look at that, the nip backer, just a bit of movement towards middle and leg stump, completely missing. So Malaysia draw first blood in the chase of Saudi Arabia round. Well, this is a really good comeback. This is what the team needed. A boost in confidence, a boost in morale, and the skipper does it in right time.
Well, this will definitely lift up the spirits of Malaysia. They got Faisal Khan, the dangerous Faisal Khan, out for just 2 runs on the board. So that's what they exactly need. Early wickets. And the captain delivers.
So it's Usman Khalid, a handy operator in the ball as well as the bat. Promoted up the order. Not the most aggressive of batters, but a batter who could hang in there. And just be playing second fiddle to Abdul Wahid. So be coming around, most probably up to the left-hander. Interesting, no slip in place.
And this is a good change in the batting lineup as well. Trying to impose the left-hand, right-hand combination. Oh, that's in the air and just over the top of the infield. It was Amir Khan at backward point.
Yeah, they go for a couple hits and Usman Khalid off the mark. Well, rightly mentioned, it is a good change in the batting lineup as well. Just giving a bit of trick and maybe, as what you said, the left and right hand partnership have to change the line and length when they're rotating strike.
Yes, Saudi Arabia will not like to see the Malaysian bowlers. And he goes once again. 2 wickets in the over and the Malaysian captain is pumped up. He gets another wicket. First it was Faisal Khan and now he whips off Osman Khalid.
Well, this is ultimate joy for the Malaysian team. Well, he looked dead on to hit the stumps. No hesitation from the umpire right there. He went up right before the umpire did. He knew it was absolutely plumb. So double blow for Saudi Arabia. A 2-wicket over. A priceless over from Syed Aziz right here. Pulling the strings back. Well, it's definitely not the day for the top order batsmen, aren't they? They have seen top order collapse for Malaysia and looks like one on the cards for Saudi Arabia as well.
And what a delivery there from Syed Aziz. The movement in the air that deceived the left-hander. He was not expecting it to move that far back in. And he was beaten for pace. Wonderful delivery there. So that brings in the skipper of Saudi Arabia. So it's going to be a good contest. So it will be captain going against captain. Wajid Hassan on strike. So Malaysia are on the charge. We can see a lot of fielders are trying to move inwards and trying to stop those singles and not give away anything to the new batters out there. That's beautifully bowled. Very good line and length.
Yeah, they have to just put in the pressure right there. Don't give away any loose deliveries that will eventually go down the drain. Don't want that. One delivery left.
Well, it's all set up for a thriller here. Another wicket or two can really put Malaysia into the driving seat. That's beautifully bowled once again. We all know Wajul Hassan is someone who likes to take his time and play some balls earlier. So wonderful over there. 2 runs and 2 wickets. Precious in these circumstances. After 3 overs, Saudi Arabia are 16 for 2.
And obviously, looking at the conditions here at the BAYUEMAS Oval, slightly overcast, gloomy clouds out there. Definitely, Saudi Arabia will want to strongly finish the power play at least to bat those 5 overs when TL method comes into action. They are 9 short right as of now, but definitely these two have the capability to showcase their batting prowess. And it's Wafiq Irfan brought into the attack. A subtle change, left-hander to left-hander, replacing Rizwan Haider. Well, he has been impressive in the Malaysian side for a couple of years now. At times wavered, but when he gets in running hot, he's unstoppable. Let's see what he could deliver.
Oh, that's beautifully driven. A classic off drive, textbook drive there from Abdul Wahid.
That's pure elegance, isn't it? It's not the flashiest of shots, but most elegant one. Look at that. Full, driven on the up. That's a sight to watch.
And look at his head position. It's very still. So it's very technically correct. As a batter, you need to have a steady head, especially when you are driving the ball. So very good looking shot. And it's I'm surprised not to see Pawandeep Singh taking the new ball today.
Yeah, they've gone with all pace action in the first 4. Right now, they have 3 changes immediately. Very unusual from the Malaysian skipper. Normally, will trust his bowlers, or maybe he's just trying to explore and bring in new stuff, just experimenting, most probably.
I also believe it's due to that force change with having an extra bowler in the side that has really encouraged this decision. Because today they have both Wafiq Irfan and Rizwan Haider in the side, which we have not seen earlier.
Yeah, and then when you have spinners like Virandeep, Pawandeep, and Vijay Uni as well, who have come in the middle overs, maybe just giving a little bit of freedom for the fast bowlers earlier on, using the swing, and I think that's an edge, and it flies past the keeper and it races like a trace of bullet. So it will be another boundary in the over, slightly expensive.
Well, coming back to your point, Dinesh, like you were talking about the extra pace that Wafiq Irfan can generate, and that's the drawback of extra pace as well. A batter can just get a boundary even from the edge of the bat. So sometimes extra pace can really hurt you as well, especially if a bowler is not consistent with your line and length, which we have seen in Wafiq Irfan. He has been very good every time he bowls it on the right line and length. But the moment he's short of length, he has really been suffering in this tournament. Look at that. Another short delivery and using the pace, it's a flat 6.
Well, this is the over that Saudi Arabia were looking for. Just loosening up a little bit, opening their shoulders right now, taking the attack on Wafiq Irfan. Look at that. Short delivery. Dispatch. Pummeled towards leg side. And Abdul Wahid in no time moves to 25.
Like I said, he's someone who likes to take his time earlier on, but slowly as the match progresses, he shifts gear and he goes into sixth gear in no time. Again, beautifully driven. Slight misfield and an easy single there.
That's the thing about Wafiq Irfan. When he gets away with, he will get punished easily. That has been a flaw in his game. And the skipper has trusted him but has not earned his trust. Well, there are still a couple of deliveries left. No, just the delivery left. He could maybe get a wicket here, but it's slightly hard when you're playing against Wajiul Hassan. Final delivery of the fourth over.
Much better delivery on that occasion. A dot ball to end the over. After 4 overs, Saudi Arabia are 31 for 2.
Well, it was 16 in the third and now it's 31 in no time. This has been a big over for Saudi Arabia, an over that they really wanted to put themselves in the box seat despite the loss of wickets. And now Abdul Wahid will sit firmly on top of the batters' ranks. Coming into this match, scoring 274 runs.
That's well played, but straight to the fielder, no runs there. And yes, coming back to Abdul Wahid, it's not only this series, but he has been performing for Saudi Arabia in the last calendar year, one of the highest or the top run getters for the side. So he has been inspirational and he has been contributing all throughout. Oh, beautifully pulled away. Another big shot, another half a dozen runs.
Well, applause from the dugout. Happy faces out there. So is Abdul Wahid in the middle, enjoying himself. Proves to be his final. Well, had little struggles with Shade Aziz bowling earlier on, and now he has clear vision and he had no hesitation in playing that pull shot whatsoever. That's his strength, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Anything short and wide, he's going to punish you all day long. And when I said again, Syed Aziz drops it short and again it's pulled away for a couple of runs. We have seen Syed Aziz really troubling the new batters with his swing. But then the last 2 deliveries, he opted for the short deliveries and it cost him 8 runs.
Yeah, that's the thing right now, man. Obviously, you can't rely on one particular bowler when you're having 3 separate ones within the power play, and he goes inside out. He has smoked that one. Think about that.
Well, that was pure elegance. It was slightly overpitched, and look at that, inside out, and he holds the pose for the camera as well.
Oh my word. I've lost words to describe that. He has played wonderfully this evening.
And Syed Aziz, straight under a lot of pressure. Oh, that's beautifully driven. Hit on the rise. And good fielding there as well from Sharvin Muniandi. Well, what a good looking shot there, Dinesh.
Well, he's been playing that for countless amount of times right now. I've lost count. That's how much he's played. Well, that's what happens when you have lack of support. I mean, you can't over rely on Shade Aziz because he's been targeting the similar area and it looks like he knows where the ball is going to come. Not premeditation, but could maybe take those calculated risks as a batter. and experience as he gets, as Abdul Wahid he knows. And the other two bowlers that, on the other hand, has bowled haven't really complimented shit as this when he was bowling really well, taking those wickets, keeping those run rate down.
Again, short and wide, but this time there's protection in the deep. And this is smart batting, getting a single of the last delivery and keeping the strike. Abdul Wahid batting very sensibly out there. After 5 overs, it's 46 for 2. Well, I think it will be a time for a change in the bowling. So there will be spin being introduced into the attack from the Golden Hope end. And there will be more changes in the com box as well. So Dinesh will be taking a break, and I'd like to welcome Amin back into the com box.
Thank you so much. And match is even Steven now. Nice comeback from Saudi Arabia. 2 wickets lost early, but look at the way Abdul Wahid is dominating the attack. Just 18 balls, 41 runs, and the Saudi Arabia score is just 46. He scored almost 95% of the score.
Again, beautifully driven. But I think this is a good ploy to bring in Virendip Singh. He's someone who has that round arm action, and he brings the ball into the right hander and then just drifts away. So it's not going to be easy to score runs against him. Just played down the ground for a single.
That's a good one, Sid. You mentioned that Virendip Singh. That's a good choice. This is the 6th over. So can he get a break for Malaysia? If they pick Abdul Wahid, and that would be a turning point. And they're all looking to do that. And Virendip Singh is the best man to chip in to bowl the 6th over.
Again, that was well cut, but straight to the fielder. Well, this is a 31-run partnership between the two, Wajiul Hassan and Abdul Wahid. And look at that, at the scoreboard. Wajiul Hassan is yet to open his account. He's still batting on 0. So each and every run there was scored by Abdul Wahid. That's a big appeal, and he's gone. Virendip Singh gets a wicket. He comes into the attack and he delivers. Another breakthrough here for Malaysia.
And that was an easy decision by the umpire. Ball straight goes to the stump. It was a cross-batted shot. Look at the replay here. Yes, and easy decision for umpire. And the batter was not happy at all. No batter in the world. They like the LBW, I believe. They got disappointments shown on the face, but umpire was quite firm that it was out. Virendip Singh, as Sid mentioned, the right bowler who brought in to bowl the 6th over, and the 3rd wicket has gone, and all the eye is Abdul Wahid's wicket.
Well, I think it was very wise to bring in spin into the attack, because we have seen the dominance against pace bowling. And Saudi Arabia has always looked good against pace bowlers. And Mohammad Hisham Sheikh comes into bat. Oh, well, he's probably your favorite bowler. I mean,
Yeah, I like him. Mohammad Isham, the trendsetter, Saudi Arabia's Sikandar Raza bowling action style bowler.
well, I mean, he's really mesmerized with his action. And we're here live again.
I am a fan of him.
Virendip Singh.
I'll be following his Twitter handles, Instagram, whatnot.
Another beautiful delivery. What an over. What a comeback here from Malaysia. Only 1 run and a wicket there in the 6th over. Saudi Arabia 47 for 3.
And with that said, the power play comes to an end. 6 overs. It is a roller coaster ride for Saudi Arabia. They lost early wickets. Then Wahid produced a sensational innings, still batting on 42. And on the other side, Malaysia kept picking wickets. That is something a very good sign in defending a total. They have 135 on board, and all they need is just a couple of wickets from here. And Abdul Wahid is a prime target.
Well, absolutely. Abdul Wahid has been the main man for Saudi Arabia, especially at the top order. Malaysia will need to get his wicket in order to get back into the game. So it will be Pawandeep Singh bowling from the other end. So two brothers bowling from two different ends. We all know Virendeep Singh and Pawandeep Singh are brothers. Both are very good with the ball in hand, and especially with their height. They're very tall, so with that high arm release, they're always going to make some or create some trouble for the batters.
And here comes my favorite batter in the world, Mohammad Isham. I like his batting style. He's very solid in his technique, stance. I believe he'll produce a wonderful partnership with Wahid and throw the challenge to the Malaysian players.
Well, I think it will be an opening for Malaysia, especially with a new batter coming in. They'll try to put some pressure and create some dot deliveries to add on to that run rate, which will create a lot of pressure, especially with Abdul Wahid, who has been batting with some free flow out there.
On the other side, Pawandeep Singh is pretty tidy in his over. Round of action, tall left-hander. This is a lethal combination. These brothers produced n number of lethal spells, destroying the opponents with their webs.
Well, Pawandeep Singh definitely is the top wicket taker for Malaysia, with Virendeep Singh in at number 2. Oh, that split straight to the fielder. Oh, a direct hit, and he would have been gone.
Very athletic Isham. Very good running there. Looking solid. And Pawandeep Singh is a happy man. Just gave 2 runs in this over.
Well, both the spinners are tightening the screws in here. That's slightly short, cut away. But the fielding restrictions are taken off, so there is a lot of protection out there in the deep. End of the 7th over, and it will bring the 50 up as well. 50 for 3, Saudi Arabia.
50 for 3, and Wahid himself scored almost 44. The rest of the batters scored 6 runs. Look at the batting card here. Faisal Khan scored 2. Usman Khalid 2. Mohammad Isham 1 and 1 extra. The total comes around to 6 runs, and the balance scored by Abdul Wahid 44. Such a dominating batter. Look at that. What's your view on this?
Well, it really looked like all the batters and Abdul Wahid are actually batting on different wickets. We have seen the struggle in most of the batters apart from Abdul Wahid, but yes, take nothing away from that man because he has played some good cricketing shots. Vijay Unni comes into the attack. Oh, that kept low. That could have been touch and go. A good start here. We know that Vijay Unni has been one of the best bowlers for Malaysia, at least in this series. Recently playing his 50th T20i.
And he's certainly actually because he's also played really well in KL T20 Bash, and he's one of the top bowlers there. And normally he used to open the bowling sometimes along with the fast bowlers. And right arm bowler to right arm batter is going to be challenge also.
And he's gone. Vijay Unni delivers and he gets Abdul Wahid. What a big wicket here. And Malaysia comes back into the game.
And what a turning point. This is the moment of the game. Vijay Unni produced an exceptional ball. Look at that. Replay here. Ball going straight, middle and leg, and there was a cross-batted shot. Batter was again disappointed, but umpire was very firm saying that is out. Middle and leg, the ball hitting the stump.
Well, commentators curse. I would say I was just praising him and his stroke making ability. And probably the lack of judgment caught himself trapped right in front of the stumps. We all know Vijay Unni is the type of bowler who likes to bowl it flat. So the ball is going to come to the batter much quicker than they anticipate. So it will be Syed Faizan Tahir, the new batter.
So all three bowlers are bowling really well. Pawandeep, Virandeep, and Vijay Unni. That's a great advantage for Malaysia. And Vijay Unni, the way he bowled the first three balls, says that he is in rock solid form.
Well, I would also like to give a lot of credit to the Malaysian skipper to bring in those changes, especially at the right time when the Saudi batters were looking to score quick runs. That first over from Virandeep Singh, only 1 run conceded, and then Pawandeep Singh with 2 runs. And then he made the change, bringing Vijay Unni from the other end. And straight away he gets the danger man. So well done, Syed Aziz.
Pretty brave decision by Syed Aziz here because Wahid was in rock solid form again, bringing Unni to bowl right arm bowler to right arm batter is in form. It's always a risk involved, but when you take a risk, you get a gift as well. You will be rewarded, and that's what happened.
Oh, beautifully bowled once again. Just hurrying on to the batter. An excellent over there. A wicket maiden. So after 8 overs, 50 for 4.
I would say that is a turning point of the game because that is the pick of the wicket. Look at that happiness and the energy from Vijay Unni. So pumped up bowling that wicket maiden. Wicket maiden is always like a diamond. When you say dot ball as a gold, wicket maiden is a diamond. And any team who produces that is something so special. And Vijay Unni did a special first over from his side. And this is the 9th over. And 50 for 4, the run rate is quite okay. But the wicket side, it's going down.
Well, this is brave captaincy, I would say, from Syed Aziz. Now he's bringing Virandeep Singh from the other end, replacing Pawandeep Singh, who only bowled that 1 over, giving away just 2 runs. So he's mixing things up. That's driven down the ground for a single. And I think the bowlers have also responded to the call from the captain. They are not going down without a fight here. Malaysia, 85 runs required in 11.5 overs. The required run rate now creeping up, 7.18. Let's play with soft hands. A single.
That's a pretty good mix-up in the bowling Pawandeep Singh, Uni, again Virendeep Singh. Captain is confusing the batters. Fully packed offside field. Three of them covering the singles, one covering deep, extra covers, and one behind square. That's a good fielding again. Look at that. They're pumped up.
Well, that was absolutely brilliant there from Wafiq Irfan. Very quick on his toes. And this is very good bowling here. Virendeep Singh maintaining that line just outside the off stump, not giving any room to the batter. And I think Mohammad Hisham is a very smart cricketer, just trying to slow things down, because they know that Virendeep Singh is someone, once he gets into his rhythm, he can really go through his overs like a flash.
Smart. That is Hisham for you guys. Very smart. Even in his bowling and his batting.
Again, beautiful delivery.
Nothing changes the outcome. Still a very good ball. Virendeep Singh, look at the figures. Second over, 1 ball left, just 3 runs. Picked up a wicket.
Oh, that's in the air and in the gap as well. Rizwan Haider couldn't gather that. And a couple of runs here. Virendeep Singh looks really unhappy with that effort. Malaysia can't afford to give extra runs in here.
Every single run counts. And now they have the control. They make use of that to 100%. Vijay Uni is back. The rock star who bowled a maiden wicket previous over is coming back to bowl the 10th over. 1 hour before drinks.
That's played on the onside. And they're running hard for the second. And comfortably making it. I think it will be a very good test for the middle order batting today from Saudi Arabia. We have seen throughout the tournament, it has been the top order who really did the damage up front. But today, they will need a lot of runs from the middle order batters. So another couple of runs. This is good batting by Syed Faizan. He's just using the pace of Vijay Uni.
That's going to be challenging indeed, Sid, because the whole tournament, Saudi Arabia, the openers, top 3 dominated the tournament. Now, suddenly, in the finals, the middle order has to step in and do the responsibility. That's not that easy.
And he's gone. Another wicket here for Vijay Uni. Syed Faizan looks livid with that decision. He can't believe. But yes, you need to walk out. And Malaysia strikes once again. And Saudi Arabia loses half of their side into the dugout.
Look at the replay here. Javuni. Straightforward match. Straightforward bowling, and it's drinks. We have a short break. We'll join you back. invite Mr. Robert to the comment box. Hi, Robert.
Hi, I mean, thank you very much. And well, drinks have just been had. Half the Saudi Arabia batting lineup back in the dugout. Malaysia tightening the noose around this game. That's worked down to long on for a single. 78 from the, beg your pardon, 77 from the last 10 overs. Definitely heading towards a nail biter of a finish. I mean,
Indeed, Robert, and what a turnaround. And Wahid's innings was the highlight. And once they picked him, and the match started from there.
Yep, absolutely. Abdul Wahid, when Saudi Arabia's team total was on 50, his individual score was 44. So fair to say that he's done bulk of the scoring. And since his wicket, Saudi Arabia just trying to stabilize this catastrophe of wickets that have fallen. A bit of controversy around the last wicket, but the umpire's decision is final.
You're right, Robert. And the spinners are bowling really, really well today. All three, Virendeep Singh, Pawandeep Singh, and Vijay Uni, all on the money.
Yeah, the bowlers from Malaysia definitely on point. Every delivery. It all started with the skipper's over in the third over of the game. Pawandeep Singh picks up another wicket. That's the sixth wicket to fall for Saudi Arabia. The trap was laid. He was going to attack the pads, and well, Abdul Manan Ali just picks one up. Does not get under it. Does not get the elevation or distance. Hits it straight to the fielder at deep backward square. Take a look at that again. It's a good diving catch. Hit it well, a little too well, straight into the hands. And well, Malaysia celebrate. Well, it's a big, big wicket in the context of the game. Abdul Manan Ali, one of the more accomplished batters for Saudi Arabia. He's had to depart and well, go back to the big wicket of Abdul Wahid. Vijay Uni did really well to trap him. And well, it's 6 down now for Saudi Arabia in the big finals. We were wondering at the innings break if 135 was enough for a very formidable batting lineup. And well, they got off to a very good start in the run chase, 14 coming off the first 2 overs. Then Saeed Aziz striking with 2 wickets in the third, pulling the game back for Malaysia. Then Abdul Wahid just cut loose, and he was taking the bowlers apart, including Saeed Aziz. And wickets started to fall. Malaysia now finding themselves in a very strong position. 59 for Saudi Arabia. 6 wickets down. And, well,
this is going to be
far from over.
This is going to be a huge challenge for Saudi Arabia team because they lost all the main top batters. Look at that. Virendeep Singh again bowling, mix up the pace and disturbing the tempo and the rhythm of the batters. They're not too sure what pace the ball is coming in. And all three of them, they're like producing different spells, different angles, different trajectories, confusing the batters. And it's a big task for the lower end batters, tailenders, to come and produce a big innings.
Absolutely. They've got Hisham Sheikh out there who's nudging it around for singles and doubles. And mind you, they do not have the big hitting Usman Najib today. So there's a big power hitter that's not in the batting lineup for the big finals. And Malaysia will know that. This is probably the last of the recognized batting pair, Zainul Abidin and Mohammad Sheikh. Wayward delivery there from Pawandeep Singh. Mind you, Pawandeep Singh did not bowl the new ball, so he's still got 2 overs after this. I think credit to Saeed Aziz and the Malaysian think tank for bringing in the changes and having a strategic plan in place.
Superb thinking by Saeed Aziz. The way he brings the bowlers in is fantastic today. Amazing. And is getting paid for whatever the risk is taking.
Flighted and Fuller just wide of the stumps there. Zainul Abidin works it to the offside. They're coming back for two. And, well, they're going to have to try and keep the scoreboard ticking along. 72 now required from the remaining 9 overs. Saudi Arabia 64 for 6 after 11.
Malaysia dominating easily the second half of the finals. And they need this win. They've been like struggling to play a consistent cricket recent times. This is a fantastic tournament for them to build their confidence, and they are looking so solid. Even though the top failed today in Malaysian batting side, and the middle orders batted beautifully, especially Amir Khan. Even we can expect a good spell from him in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. Another single worked away to the offside by Mohammad Hisham Sheikh. He'll take a little bit of time, probably around till the 15th over, try and get Saudi Arabia closer to this target before they look to launch. But to your point, I mean, it's been a fantastic tournament in general. We've seen Saudi Arabia and Malaysia emerge as the two superior teams. The battle and the encounter between these two sides, absolutely entertaining. Saudi Arabia walking away with the last one. Now Malaysia coming back very strongly when it matters most in the big finals.
Also, it's a very good decision to win the toss and bat first, have the confidence of scoring enough runs on board and containing the opponents. With 135 on the board, they're bowling really well.
Oh, Vijay Onni, look at that for a spell. He's midway through his third over. 4 runs conceded and 2 wickets picked up. What a spell it has been so far. And he's still got another over to go after this.
And we need to mention that Vijay Onni bowled the first over a maiden wicket.
Players for
solid
Malaysia
form.
stepping up. Well, 1 run and 4 dots in his third over so far for Vijay Onni. He continues to display why he is one of Malaysia's finest all-rounders. And that's cut away. Let's pace on, and it will get to the boundary. So, still, despite that boundary, it's only 5 runs off the over. So, a good third over from Vijay Onni.
That's a fantastic shot. Look at the replay. Waited on the back foot, played it behind point for a boundary that's much needed for Saudi Arabia. They cannot keep playing dot balls. They need runs, and 69 for 6. They have very close to 6 runs per over margin, and they need like almost 8 plus 8.3 overs, 8.3 runs per over moving forward. And with that said, Pawandeep Singh is going to bowl his third over.
Going back to the tournament. Just a paddle sweep attempted. And they'll come back for a few. Make that a couple. We did see some very good cricket played by Singapore, who had perhaps the youngest team in the tournament. By my count, it was Manpreet Singh and Aritra Datta, the 2 most experienced players. Everybody else. Oh, they've gone up, and so has the finger. Pawandeep Singh has struck, and it is the important wicket of Mohammad Hisham Sheikh, who is looking to do the paddle sweep again. This time, just hitting it straight into the gloves of Ainul Hafiz. Take a look at that for some fancy glove work behind the stumps. Sharp as ever.
That is a great catch, I would say. What a good reflex and eye on the ball. Coach would love to see that.
Well, I know Hafiz, I think deserves a lot more credit. The way he's kept behind the stumps this entire tournament. And when it matters most for Malaysia, he's right there. I've always said the wicket keeper is a very important role in any format. And I know Hafiz has definitely just proven that yet again. Malaysia have Saudi Arabia staring down the barrel, 7 down now with the score on 71. And 65 now required from the remaining 7.4. I mean, what are your predictions?
Easily, Malaysia is dominating this game, Robert. And 7 wickets gone, only 3 wickets left, and it is a high ask from Saudi Arabia. And any game you keep losing wickets when you try to build a partnership, it's going to be very difficult to come back. Look at the asking rate; it's 8.48, and in couple of overs it'll go past 9, and it's going to be huge challenge for Saudi Arabia.
Bowls a wide first up to Nawazish. And yeah, in order to prevent that required run rate from climbing, they have to find a few boundaries. And just on cue goes right after that one, deposits that in between the fielders. Umpire Kalidas just checking with the fielders. And it's gone all the way. So a good hit from the wicketkeeper batter of Saudi Arabia. He gets off the mark with a beautiful looking shot.
While we're talking about the runs, here comes the 6. What a brave shot from Nawashish.
Well, Saudi Arabia have not been in this position too often. I mean, even in this tournament, it was their top order and middle order that did the bulk of the scoring. Very rarely have they had their lower order have to rescue them. And well, Pavandeep Singh coming back well with a couple of dots after that 6.
That's a good comeback from Pawandeep Singh after the 6. Excellent spell. Third over, 17 runs given, 2 wickets picked up, and they keep getting wickets in every couple of overs.
Looking to sweep, missing out on that one. And that will conclude the 13th over. Saudi Arabia 78 for 7. A good over for Malaysia because they picked up a wicket. And well, the asking rate still around just over 8. It's a tall task here. But they've got Zainul Abidin, who's possibly the last of the recognized batters who can get Saudi Arabia over the line.
Malaysian fielders are already pumped up, full of energy. And here comes Vijay Uni, the most economical bowler of all, picked up 2 wickets, going to bowl the last over of his spell.
And it's going to be an important over, a good tight over here. And like you mentioned, that run rate is going to surge close to 10. And, well, Vijay Unni just giving about 3 and over so far. And more importantly, he's picked up the 2 wickets. So if he does what his stats suggest, this will be another tight over. Needs to do better on that occasion. Just the one-handed attempt allows Nawazish to get to the non-striker and bring Zainul Abidin back on strike.
Very solid bowling here by Vijay Uni, not leaking any boundaries. That shows his skill level.
Oh, that's a beautiful looking shot over the offside. And well, cleared that front leg, and Zainul Abidin just going up and over. Extra cover, picks up a much needed boundary, and as if a commentator's curse didn't exist,
And Saudi Arabia would be thanking me. They want me to comment on not
Uh,
scoring
well,
boundary comment.
more so Zainul Abidin, well, releasing a bit of pressure there for Saudi Arabia. Plays this one towards the sweeper. So 7 coming off the first 4. And Nawazish, who hit a big 6 of his first delivery to get off the mark, has well shown us signs that he can hit the long ball. So this game, definitely while in the grasp of Malaysia, they won't want to take it too easy. Oh, that diving forward, that was a definite, well, it was a tough chance. Nonetheless, the ball was dying on the fielder.
Look at the replay here. Almost caught, just missed it. A lucky
It was a
escape.
tough chance. It was a tough chance. I mean,
The last ball of Vijay Vani's spell just gave 16 runs. He doesn't want to give any boundaries here. And here comes the fielder to stop it. Otherwise, it would be a second time commentator's curse.
you probably would be looking for a new job opportunities elsewhere there. I mean, but at the moment it's a good end to the spell from Vijay Unni. 2 wickets picked up, 18 runs conceded. Top effort from the off spinner of Malaysia. 14 overs gone.
Mm.
Saudi Arabia 88 for 7.
And this time I thank the fielder for protecting the boundary. Jokes
Well,
apart.
jokes aside, this is definitely going down to the wire. Saudi Arabia need a big over. They're still in it. They're not out of it. It's not done till it's done. Malaysia will know this, and so will Saudi Arabia. Pavandeep Singh will also finish off his spell. He's bowled 3 overs, picked up 2 for 17. Goes to the leg side. Straight to the field. It'll just be 1.
Sain is a very good bat, can connect the ball nicely and quickly scored 15 runs of 12 balls. A very productive innings from him.
Smart bowling from Pavandeep Singh, just keeping it out of the hitting range of the dangerous Zainul Abidin. This time goes fuller and straighter, just driven down towards long off. Malaysia won't mind the singles. It's not going to change the game. It's the boundaries that they're concerned about. And Pavandeep Singh, master of bowling in the power play, usually bowls with just 2 fielders out, and he's quite economical. Now with the 5 fielders out on the boundary, you won't want to bet anything against Pavandeep Singh.
Well said. Well said, Robert. Very economical in the power play. Usually Pawandeep. Now he's bowling with the field spread and bowling really well. Look at that. Another 2 ball left in his 4 over spell, and he just gave 20 runs, picked up 2 wickets, and did his best for his captain.
Well, that was a very good throw from the deep. A direct hit, non-striker caught napping. Well, this is a good little partnership between Zainul Abidin and Nawazish. Use of the feet, drill straight down to long off yet again. 1 delivery to go in the Pavandeep Singh spell. He's bowled phenomenally well here. And this over just goes to exemplify the master that he is. What a way to wrap up the spell. Ooh, looking for a single here. It'll be a dot ball nonetheless. Ooh, bit of chatter between Pavandeep and the non-striker Zainul Abidin, possibly saying it was off your bat. And umpire Kalidas looks like a referee in a boxing match, trying to keep the fighters in their relative corners. It's all getting heated here. Last 5 overs, 44 required. And this is by no means out of reach for Saudi Arabia. They've got the batting to do it. And, well, that's the bowling card for Malaysia so far. Saeed Aziz leading from the front, 2 for 24 from his 3. So he's got 1 over in the bank. Rizwan Haider, just a 1 over for 7. Mohammad Wafiq was expensive from his 1 over, 15 conceded, 1 for 5 from Virendeep Singh's 2. Pavandeep Singh, well, finishing off his spell, 2 for 21. And Vijay Unni, well, take a look at that. Pick of the bowlers, 2 for 18, 1 maiden from his 4 overs. So, despite all of that phenomenal bowling performance, Saudi Arabia need 44 from 30 legal deliveries. So it's all happening here at the BAYUEMAS Oval. After quite a few games, it goes down to the final 5 overs. Malaysia need 3 wickets. Saudi Arabia needs 44 runs to clinch the trophy in the Malaysia Open T20i Quadrangular Series of 2025. Earlier this morning, Singapore snatched 3rd place. Thailand left searching for their first win in the tournament. Couldn't find it. And Singapore, well, they've got promising youngsters in their ranks who will cherish the experience and the memories. Here, Saeed Aziz. They'll be running hard. Coming back for the second, they'll make it home quite easily. Zainul Abidin, one of the faster runners between the wickets. That too takes Saudi Arabia's score to 94. And without getting too carried away, I'd like to welcome in the combox my partner, Dinesh, the Dynamo, who's going to be closing out this game or the last 5 overs, or whatever comes first. Dino, welcome.
Welcome, Robert. Welcome, viewers. Well, it's going down right down the wire. This is 41 needed from the rest, 4.4 overs, and these two, Zainul Abidin and Nawazis, are definitely steadying the ship after a batting collapse that we witnessed of Saudi Arabia. Great bit of bowling change really helped Malaysia from a point where they looked being written off. Immediately came back with the likes of Pavandeep and Vijay Unni and some brilliance in the field.
Well, that's hit down the ground. You're right. This game just swinging. The pendulum continues to swing from one side to the other. I mean, you'd think Malaysia had a firm grip of this game, but then this partnership changing the complexion. And, well, it's not entirely out of reach, Dinesh, for Saudi Arabia. Just one big over.
Yes, and Zainul Abidin as well, a handy batter at the moment. Trying to go big at every occasion that he gets. It's not a big ask for the required run rate, but definitely 1s and 2s stopping them from getting that big over.
Absolutely a good over so far from Saeed Aziz. No boundaries conceded. 2 deliveries to go. Can he close it off without conceding a boundary? That's what Saudi Arabia are aiming for. That's a good looking shot. It'll be another 2.
Well, a great effort in the field as well. You could see a big dive there for Mohammad Azri, the sub fielder. Well, not part of the squad, but he's putting his hard yards. An upcoming Malaysian talent, a great fast bowler in the making.
Well, and with that single, Saudi Arabia will bring up their 100. at the end of the 16th over. So heading into the final 4 overs, 36 will be required. Malaysia need to pick up 3 wickets or defend these 36 runs. Well, when the game is on the line, you go to your most trusted player. And time in again, it's been Virendeep Singh. And he's had to do it with the bat. This time he's got to do it with the ball. And he's that type of player that will always answer the captain's call. And no different here. 2 overs bowled, 1 for 5. Just clipped off the pads. It'll be a single.
Yeah, they know how valuable Virendeep Singh is, and he's the man who could deliver you in the field, in the bowling, and in the batting. Well, today he didn't have the best one, but definitely doing well in his bowling. You could see 2 overs that he bowled, only 5 runs and a wicket. Very economical.
Goes wide of the tram line, too far wide. Umpire Kalidas will signal the extra. And well, that's the thing about elite players. They want to influence the game whichever way they can. Virendeep Singh is no different. You mentioned not the best of days with the bat. And he says, I'll do it with the ball.
Well, on the other hand, it's just 2, but definitely annoying the Malaysian bowlers out there against the run of play. Well, it looked like a fall of a deck of cards in the middle order. Oh, he goes big, he goes high. Fielder coming underneath, should be taken, and he spilled it. Has he taken it? No, he spilled it. Normally, the safest of hands, Sharvi Muniandi. He drops it at the biggest of occasions. That could have been the game potentially.
And that was definitely very close to being the game there, Dinesh. And you're right, Shavin Munyandi, one of the safer pair of hands there. Don't expect him to drop it. Well, spare a thought for Virendeep Singh. He was brought in to try and pick up a wicket, created the opportunity, and well, it's gone begging there. And how costly is that going to be? That's a slogged into the onside. Oh, that is just rubbing salt into the wounds there. Zainul Abidin just swats that one. Take a look at that.
Yeah, Zainul Abidin definitely brought back life into a really silent dugout. You could see some happy faces, a lot of cheers there. Well, how costly and how this wicket will haunt them.
And just before that, we were talking about this partnership and how it's mildly inconveniencing the Malaysian bowlers. Now, that could have been a chance. Well, judging by the reaction, it looks like Virendeep is suggesting that it was an inside edge. And now this partnership, Dinesh, is not just inconveniencing the Malaysian bowlers, it's taking the game away from them.
Yep, and a couple of runs more, this should be stopped. Well, with those runs.
It's Akil Wahid there out in the outfield. 17 overs gone. Saudi Arabia 110 for 7. This game is not over, folks. Stay tuned. We're heading into another nail-biting finish. It's Zainul Abidin and Nauzish doing the job for Saudi Arabia. 2 chances created in the 17th by Virendeep Singh. Well, Saeed Aziz will need to get his troops to refocus because chances will come in the 18 remaining deliveries. You'll have to back the batting sides if you are a stats person, given the equation and where it stands currently. And they've turned to Wafiq Irfan. Beg your pardon, it's Rizwan Haider. Dino, what do you reckon Rizwan Haider is looking to execute here? Is it Yorkers or is it back of a length?
Well, he has answered the question. I reckon he's gone for the Brockle. Well, he should be looking for that, knowing that these two batters are not the most aggressive and haven't seen much innovations from them. So going, just attacking the stumps should be the way, because you know that these both will try to slog it towards the end. So just disturb the furniture if they miss. That could be the way, or maybe a little bit of variation here and there.
Well, the good old you miss, I hit strategy. I like it. But however, they'll have to be a little careful to Zainul Abidin. He's very good with anything in line with the stumps. And just clipped off his pads there on that occasion. They'll be running hard, but it'll just be one run.
Well, it's still a good start from Rizwan Haider. No boundaries yet. Boundaries will definitely hurt the Malaysian bowlers. Just keeping it down. This is great.
Going for that block hole yet again. A low full toss is still a better outcome than providing length. And 3 singles to start with.
Well, wasn't right at the block hole. A low full toss, but just keeps it to 1. This is smart from Rizwan Haider. The asking rate is definitely climbing up.
Well, going into the last 2 overs, you wouldn't mind requiring 10 and over because it's just a couple of boundaries. And if they can find it here in the last 2 deliveries of this over, it'll definitely make... Oh, that's straight into the gloves. And Aidul Hafiz produces yet another gem, looking to be a little innovative there, as you were mentioning, Dino, and only managing to give some straightforward catching practice to the Malaysian wicketkeeper. That is a wicket number 8.
Well, I can't describe how important that wicket was. It looked like the game was slipping away from Malaysia's hand. It was well within their grasp until this partnership started to torment them. Those missed chances in the earlier over, and this time tries to take a little bit of risk, going for the innovation, finds the bottom edge straight to the gloves of the keeper. No one's making any mistake. 8 down, Saudi Arabia has just 2 batters left.
Well, it is none other than Ishtiaq Ahmed, and for one final time here at the Malaysian Open T20i Quadrangular Series of 2025. We're going to sing praises to Ishtiaq Ahmed. He's been a phenomenal contributor for Saudi Arabia with the ball and in the field, perhaps in the top 3 fielders of the tournament. He's taken a few catches, put his body on the line, and bowled important overs at the start and at the end of the game. Now, in the grand final, Saudi Arabia needing him to get 22 of 13 deliveries. He's got Zainul Abidin at the non-striker's end. And just blocks that one out. So Zainul Abidin will be on strike at the start of the 19th over. Well, we've had the best part of 38 overs and this game still hanging in the balance. We've got 12 legal deliveries. Saudi Arabia need 22 more runs. Malaysia need just 2 wickets. Which way is this game going to go? We still can't tell.
Well, this will be definitely interesting. Going into the death overs towards the final, towards the business end of this game, bringing on spin, knowing that slogging and hitting will be hard. Skipper has trusted Viren Deep to deliver. There were a couple of catching opportunities in the previous over he has bowled, missed out on it, delaying the process of getting early wickets, putting on the pressure.
Well, to our viewers, we hoped you're zoned in. This game is not over. Here comes Virendeep Singh, bowls it wide of the hitting arc of Zainul Abidin, who's a bit disappointed he didn't do better with that. And this is perhaps the most important over of the day, of the tournament, Dinesh.
Yeah, this is do or die for both the sides. One touching the fence, the other disturbing the furniture or taking those catches.
Oh, bowls it full and straight, just a single. And Ishtiaq Ahmed gets off strike. More importantly, he brings Zainul Abidin back on strike. It was a bit fortunate to still be out there. Virendeep's previous over. Definite looked like a chance there by the wicketkeeper Ainul Hafiz. But he's had a great tournament as well behind the stumps for Malaysia. Here's Virendeep Singh. Oh, looking to go for that reverse sweep. I think it was just inside the tram line there. And a good delivery.
Well, you could see that the Saudi Arabian dugout definitely have a little bit of nerves on the 8th seat. Another dot goes.
Oh, just a couple of runs coming off the first 4 deliveries. Zainul Abidin just holding up Virendeep Singh there. He does not like that. He likes to get through his overs very quickly. Well, top effort there from Virendeep Singh, managing to land that in the block hole. Not much Zainul Abidin can do about that. I'll take a look at that for the 19th over. Just 3 runs coming off it. 1 delivery to go. And well, not too long ago, Dinesh, it was the other way around when Malaysia needed about 13 or 14 off the last over, and Virendeep Singh did it for them with the bat. And now it's going to require somebody from Saudi Arabia to turn things around if they can find a boundary here.
Oh, it's interesting. He's left the final one, giving the strike to Zainul Abidin. 19 adrift to be champions of the Malaysian Open T20i Quadrangular Series 2025. It's 117 for 8. And yes, they need a Virendeep Singh in the colors of Saudi Arabia if they want to turn this match around.
Well, 39 overs have been played in the grand final, and it comes down to the final 6 deliveries to determine who the champions of this tournament are going to be. This is, of course, the Malaysia Open T20i Quadrangular Series of 2025. Saudi Arabia need 19 from the final 6 deliveries. 3 maximums will do it to tie the game. Rizwan Haider with a good looking delivery. Well, they're not sure why. And confusion creates a wicket. That's a wicket number 9. So now Malaysia well and truly in the driver's seat here. But it is Zainul Abidin who's still on strike, and out at the middle. Ishtiaq Ahmed just losing his composure there, not knowing what is required in the game situation, and looking for that single.
Well, he might not have prized the wicket with an LBW. He was on the leg stump, but surely with the run out. And yep, absolutely bamboozled, bemused there, not knowing what to do. Well, one step closer. The host nation are 1 wicket away. Imtiaz walks in.
Well, if only runs were given based on distance covered, that would have been a 2 for Ishtiaq Ahmed. Unfortunately, it's a wicket and a dot ball, more importantly. So 19 required of 5.
Oh, my heartbeat is racing. I don't know about yours.
Same here, Dinesh, and so is the viewers who are tuned in at the moment. So thanks for joining us. We hope you're enjoying the coverage here of what's going down to as a thrilling final. Rizwan Haider. That's launched in the air. Has he got the distance? No, he has not. And they complete the catch, and Malaysia with it wrap up Saudi Arabia to the joy. Look at that. They all run to the fielder. It is the man, Virendeep Singh himself, to complete the catch. And Saudi Arabia have fallen here on the grand final. Back-to-back wickets for Rizwan Haider. Last to join the group is Saeed Aziz. Dinesh, talk us through this.
Well, I can't explain the feelings going around the Malaysian side. I look at the happy faces. Well, it looked like a written off contest. They doubted themselves. From doubters to believers. It is. I have to say, 2-2 does it. Well, it's in impressive fashion. Malaysia have won this match. Going into this match, it was 1-all between the sides. It was always a great contest to watch Malaysia against Saudi Arabia. And they have just crossed over the line despite posting 135 on the board, which wasn't enough coming into this match. 160 they couldn't defend in the previous encounter. This time their bowling performance has been exceptional. Catching as well. Congratulations, Malaysia.
Well, they're deciding how to send the lineup, and Saeed Aziz always just taking a step back, letting the players go ahead. Well, there's not much in it between these two sides, but when it mattered most, Malaysia held their nerve, held their composure, and watch Saudi Arabia falter just at the finish line. It was a good comeback by Saudi Arabia. There was that partnership there between Nawazish and Zainul Abidin that kept them in the contest. And well, that 19th over from Virendeep Singh is one of the highlights. And Saeed Aziz, his third over, another phenomenal effort. He pulled things back. And like you mentioned, Dinesh, Malaysia defending 135 and to win the game by 18 runs. Well, that's the match summary. Malaysia winning the toss, choosing to bat first in the big final of the Malaysian Open T20i. And they put up 135 good knocks from Akhil Wahid, 44 of 42. Amir Khan, 38 of 37, who accompanied Akhil Wahid there in the middle order. And Sharwin Munyandi providing some much needed acceleration there towards the end. For Saudi Arabia, Imtiaz Khan was exceptional, 3 for 26 from his four. Zainul Abidin, 2 for 12 from his two. And Ishtiaq Ahmed, who's impressed us with his fielding and bowling, 2 for 18 from his four. And in reply, the run chase, Abdul Wahid, he got to 44 when Saudi Arabia's team score was on 50. So bulk of the runs initially scored by Abdul Wahid. Then they picked up the wickets. Zain ul Abidin and Nawazish towards the end there, pulling Saudi Arabia back in the game. But it was the bowlers of Malaysia who did the job. Rizwan Haider, 2 wickets in that final over, 2 for 11 from his 2.2. Vijay Unni was phenomenal, 2 for 18 from his 4. Pawandeep Singh, 2 for 21 from his 4. And let's not forget Virendeep Singh's 19th over heroics, which allowed Malaysia to win the game by 18 runs. And well, we've thoroughly enjoyed bringing you this contest. We've got the player of the match and post-match presentation coming up. That's it from the Combox. Robert Rena and Dinesh signing off. Stay tuned for the post-match presentation, which is coming up shortly. We thank you for joining us in the grand finals.
Welcome back, viewers. We're here for the post-match presentation, and what a match, what a final we had. It was a thriller of a match in which Malaysia, they won the toss earlier, they scored 135 runs on the board, and in response, they bundle out Saudi Arabia for only 117. So they won this game with 10 runs, with 18 runs in fact, and then for Malaysia, it was Amir Khan who scored 38, Akil Wahid who scored 44, and Sharvin Muniandi 20 runs. Imtiaz Khan took 3 wickets for Saudi Arabia. Ishtiaq and Zainul Abidin took 2 wickets each, and in response, Saudi Arabia were struggling 71 for 7 in the 13th over, and from that they did a fight back, but then it was the bowling of Malaysia that really crumpled things. So I'm here for the post-match presentation, and first I would like to have a word with the captain of Saudi Arabia, Wajihul Hassan. So he's taking his time, Wajihul Hassan. Well, Wajihul, just 137 on the board. You would have been thinking that things were under control and then something went wrong.
Yeah, a little bit on middle order collapse, early wickets, but it's happened. He's played ball very well today, Malaysia.
Yeah, like in the middle, like you really lost the game, and then your batters, they bring you back into the game until the 17th, 18th over, and then to lose like that, how do you feel?
Yeah, Zain and Nawazish played very well, but in Nawazish wicket, we did not help us.
And talk to us about your bowlers. How proud are you about your bowlers?
Yeah, mashallah, last few is 1 year he bowled brilliantly well in all tournaments, and today is also 135 streak on Malaysia 135, but over early batters did not perform well.
No mind, but you have played some wonderful cricket, and thank you so much. Would you like to say anything to your crowd back home who is watching you right now?
Yeah, support us and believe with us. Inshallah, we bring trophies for Saudi Arabia.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So now we'll go to the player of the final, and it will go to Akil Wahid for his 44 runs of 42 deliveries. So I'd like to invite the EXCO member, Mr. Satish, to give away the award. Yeah. So, Akil, how was it batting out there in the middle?
Yeah, I think the Saudi bowlers have bowled really well. They put up a really good fight, but full credit to them, they bowled really well. I think Amir Khan also batted really well. I think, he's a bit unlucky not to get this as well. But yeah, I think as a team we just performed on our day, and we lucky enough we got the reward.
Yes, and a very slow start. And how difficult was it for you to bat out there in the middle? How was the pitch behaving while you were batting?
Yeah, it was definitely one of the harder wickets we've had this series. The ball was staying a bit lower, but and the Saudi bowlers were hitting their length. But overall, we knew it was going to be a 120, 130 wicket, and we managed to get that. And I think our bowlers did an outstanding job, defending that target, low target.
All right, thank you.
Okay,
thank you for
thank you.
talking to us.
No worries.
There you go, the player of the match, Akil Wahid. And now I would like to call the Malaysian captain, Syed Aziz, to have a word with us. So finally crowned as champions, how do you feel right now?
Really happy, about the performance. I think this is one of the days that things were going wrong, but we regrouped as a team and went in all out and tried to get the win, and we did deserve this win.
With only 135 runs on the board, what was the chat in the dugout halfway through the match?
Definitely, we know, chasing 135 in whatever the score is in a final is always there's pressure, and we wanted to use that to our advantage. And I think our bowlers, we as a group, we did really well, and that's why we got the win today.
and tell us something about the drop catch from Sherwin Munandi in the 17th over.
I know it happens, it's a cricket game, so you can't control certain things, and at the moment, it's very hard pressure and stuff. So, but we will really back him up and come back in the next game. But we still with all the bowlers, other bowlers are supporting, and we got the win today.
But I think he also made that impact, scoring those 20 runs in just 8 deliveries. That cameo really made the difference at the end, isn't it?
Certainly, yeah. I think we really needed somebody to go and hit some sixes and stuff, and Sherwin really did that well in the game. And of course, I killed the man of the match player and Amir Khan as well. In the middle order, they both set the platform for the team actually.
Thank you so much for talking to
Thanks.
us. Thank you. And now I would like to call the Exco member, Mr. Emi Mozzani. He will be giving away a few of the awards. So it will be time for the best batter, and it goes to Abdul Wahid for scoring 308 runs in 7 matches. So Abdul Wahid, a very good batting throughout the tournament. You scored 350s. How do you feel about that?
Feeling is always good when you score runs for your country. But I would be more than happy if we win the tournament, the title. But alhamdulillah, for everything, we are happy for our performance.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Emi, would like to have you back. And it's time for the best bowler in the tournament, and it goes to Zainul Abidin for his 12 wickets in the 7 matches. So Zainul Abidin, your mic. So how did you feel bowling there, and tell me about your experience throughout the series?
Yeah, actually the condition is a good for a bowling side, spotting wicket also. So I just utilize the wicket experience, and it's a very good experience from here, and I am very happy for this.
Okay, and any words for your team members, how they have played throughout this series?
They are playing like a champions. It's a very good game. It's like a final game, and we are proud, and inshallah we will do next time better.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now it will be the big one. It will be the player of the tournament, and we had some fantastic performances, but this time it will be the man Virendip Singh, the player of the tournament. Well, Virendip Singh, 19 times you have been awarded man of the match, your personal record. How do you feel right now?
Yeah, it feels good to finish on the winning side today. I think the boys played really well today. I think it was the way Akil, I think he rebuilt the innings, and Amir Khan, the partnership that they had, I think was amazing. And then after that, the way we bowled, Aziz with the new ball, and the spinners Vijay, Pavan, I think we all played really well. I'm really happy with the way we have played, and credits to the whole team.
And you have mentioned a lot of them, but talk to me about yourself. You came into the 19th over, pressure situation, and you bowled one of the best overs in your cricketing career. It was wonderful to watch you bowl. What were you feeling before going into that over?
Look, I think it's something that I've been prepared for. I think in the nets and stuff, I've always been very clear that I might have to bowl the death overs when it comes to situations like this. So I've been practicing my Yorkers, and also depending on the wicket, on how to bowl the length, change my length and stuff like that. So that's something that I've been prepared for. So yeah, I think it just worked well for me today, and I think credits to Saudi as well with the way they played. I think they played really good cricket throughout the tournament. I think especially Wahid and Faisal, the way they batted, I think there's a lot for us to learn as well.
Wonderful job. Congratulations to you and your team. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
And now I would like to call Mr. Satish to give away the medals to the runner-up team, Saudi Arabia. So can we have the Saudi team walking in from the captain with all the other players? Thank you. Well, round of applause here for Saudi Arabia. I think they have played some wonderful cricket throughout the series. And now I would like to call Mr. Amy to give away the medals to the champion side. So I'd like to welcome Team Malaysia alongside their captain to collect their medals. Well, Malaysia well-deserved winners of the Malaysia Open T20i Quadrangular Series. And that's Syed Aziz, the captain of Malaysia. And now it's time for the big one, the winner's trophy. Congratulations, Team Malaysia. Well, I'd like to invite the team to come and have a picture with us. And that concludes the post-match presentation from us. Thank you so much.
One more, last one. 1, 2, 3, go!